Hello and welcome to the Fireside Tales with Indigo. I am that Indigo. If you have been watching the stream, then you know that we are running some D&D here, playing some D&D every other Sunday on Chronos World. We've been going through the Sunless Citadel, the first adventure in the Tales from the Yawning Portal adventure series. It's been a lot of fun running through this with this crew of guys here. I believe they just got to the 3rd level of this dungeon at the end of the last campaign after having a pitched battle with a Hobgoblin captain who was a very tough opponent for this party. After quickly going through some goblins and some Hobgoblin bodyguards, they chased him down to the lower level. Ratul doing some super heroic efforts, managed to catch the Hobgoblin and had a short one-on-one confrontation with him before the rest of the party caught up, some through the grace and agility and strength of limbs and bountiful dice rolls that accompanied them, some just falling 80 feet to the concrete below and splattering upon the earth. So, you know, people like to do it in different ways. And the dice do have some say in that, which is always fun, always rewarding, as Gok knows. He has the best dice rolls.
Yeah.
He has the best dice rolls in this company, and it's awesome. So, all of that being said, we are going to be starting off pretty much right at the moment we left off in the last campaign. We had ended just at the end of the battle with Durnn, the Hobgoblin captain. He was webbed to the wall by Alardro of Multini, who had turned himself into a giant spider and managed to subdue the captain after he was pretty much about to go full party wipe mode. So, you know.
And I'm back.
Good on the druid for managing to stave off disaster there at the end. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get everybody on over there. How are you guys doing this week?
Pretty
Doing
good.
well.
Doing quite well.
Doing well, alright. So, we are actually going to start off this week with Brasnic Grindstone, who was called away the last episode, so sadly he did miss the big fight with Durnn. But, you know, picking up on that, we are going to backtrack in time just a little bit. So Brasnic, you are basically upside down, hip deep in this pile of items, trinkets, treasures, junk, knickknacks, and other odds and ends in this pile over here. And you suddenly, just kind of out of the back of your attention, hear the sound of a sword clashing against another sword, something. You're not quite sure. And as you kind of pull your head up out of this loot pile, you realize that none of your friends are with you in this room anymore.
Shit. Of course. They would leave me in the treasure pile and go investigate something. I still want to dig this, but I guess it's better to go help my friends, so I'll pop out and head over to the...
Okay. So you make your way over to this door, and you see that it's ajar. And as you go through the doorway here, I'll go ahead and read off what you see. You see that a circular shaft pierces the floor of this 40-foot diameter dome chamber. Dim violet light shines out of the shaft, revealing sickly white and gray vines that coat the walls of the shaft. The light is supplemented by 4 lit wall torches set equidistant around the periphery of the chamber. A crudely fashioned stone throne sits against the curve of the northwestern wall. A large iron chest serves as the throne's footstool. You see that a sapling grows in a wide stone pot next to the throne.
They're probably down the hole. They're always.
You do see, let's see, there is a dead goblin here, and there is a dead hobgoblin guard there. You can go ahead and put those guys there for you. I deleted them out of the combat because they were in the way last week.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, people like bad guys to search. So, you don't see any other bodies. You see lots of blood. It looks like there was definitely a recent battle, and you do hear some faint sounds, what sounds like combat going on below.
Hmm.
And as you're kind of taking note of this, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
Off to wonderful stuff.
Good job. You did it. So what are you thinking here in this moment?
Well, the whole honor your allies thing wants me to jump down the hole. Not literally jump, but probably take a tie a rope and go down. But I mean, while we've had our shares of mishaps, another group is fairly well off, and there's an iron chest, and
It's true. There is.
I may be a bit roguish, so it's sort of calling to me. So I'm gonna, that'll be fine. Plus, maybe there's something in the chest that could help us. Maybe
Okay.
either when I get down there or later on.
I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. So, you see this chest here. What do you want to do about that chest there?
Do the tried and true obvious. Is it locked?
Roll a investigation check.
All right. 21, much better.
21. So, you do, after you lean down, you get into this thing. Definitely looks like it's part of this throne room, like it's been here for a very long time. Obviously, this place has been taken over by goblins, led by this hobgoblin for some time. So, looks to be a little bit battered, maybe more so than it would have been otherwise. And as you're kind of inspecting this thing, at the very last moment, you suddenly feel this presence. And this harmless shrub that was growing in this pot, you suddenly notice is rearing at you with these wooden claws. Go ahead and grab your token and roll initiative.
Of course. Of course. Never trust in another fucking potted plant again.
Boy, Brasnic's just getting a lot of psychological scars, isn't he?
He is.
I mean, first it was traps, so he never trusts doors again, and now it's potted plants.
It's true.
And the plant rolled higher.
Welcome to the Sunken Citadel. Alright, so this twig blight is Well, you've heard some of the stories. Among your adventures, you heard that this druid is somehow using the twisted fruit that spawns from the tree down below, and is able to somehow take the seeds from these fruits and create these twisted versions of nature, these twig blights that are anthropomorphic plant creatures. And so being, this plant creature swings at you with its claws. Sadly, I'm not sure if a 13 hits you.
Miss.
That is a miss. Okay. So you see this creature lunges out at you with these wooden claws. It kind of scrapes across your leathers, and you see it leave traces of slight tears along the surface of the leather. Does not penetrate to your flesh, however.
Yep, no. No. Let's see. This is what I get for not keeping to my door, shooting, carrying an axe. But whatever. I guess I go ahead and. I don't want to deal with this. I want to go over. I'm gonna hop over to the other side of the throne and try and give it a push into that
Okay.
So athletics.
Roll acrobatics or athletics, as you desire, sir.
Athletics. All right, the he.
Nice. So you get up next to the stool. You actually clamber up onto the pot that this thing just came out of, and you lift your legs up after placing your back up against the wall, and you kick out with both of your feet with such force that this thing just instantly flies across the well and slams into the other side of the pit, and then falls backwards, tumbling into the depths. And you're not even sure how far down this thing goes, but it definitely disappears into darkness. And then all you can really hear after that is the continued sounds of battle.
Teach twisted druid crap to mess with me. But I'm buying an axe when we get back to.
It's true.
Or going back to that pile and looking for an axe later on.
It's super true. So, well done, sir. You were sneak attacked by a twig blight, and you showed it what was up.
Sneak attack I know of from my own perspective, so
Sure.
little more prepared than some other. But now to the sweet chest that there's nothing between us.
It's true. There's nothing between you and this chest of epic goodies that lies before you. So, you, in the moments before you were distracted, you noticed that there seemed to be some sort of faultiness going on here. You could tell that something was done to the lock on this thing. It seems to have been hammered back or altered in some way, and you can almost tell that there's some sort of sharp needle-like object placed just inside the lock.
Yep, I know my locks. It's part of that whole dragon mark ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see if I can finagle a way to get into this chest.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your thieves' tools with your mechanic specialty 1d4 added on there.
Roll that 1d4.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thieves' tool. 20
Okay.
in total.
20 in total. So you definitely are able to get your thieves' tools in there, and you are actually able to fish out two of them. One of them is a long, thin piece of metal that you're able to use to depress things down whenever that's needed. And the other's actually almost like a very, very strong but delicate set of tweezer-like pinchers. And you're able to use these two tools to get the trigger depressed in such a way that when the needle pops out, you're able to snag it with the tweezers, and in that moment you're able to grab it and then quickly snap it off of there and disable that needle from being able to hurt you.
Wonderbark. All those years working on locks has not gone to waste.
And as you're pulling away the other tool that you were using to depress the trigger, you hear it as the top pops open.
Booyah. What the goodies are inside.
A very, very intricate lock for obviously hobgoblins. So that's another thing that kind of tells you that this thing has been here for some time. It's just.
Hell, probably the reason why there was a piece of metal stuck in there. Trying to force it.
So, you are going to open it up.
Oh, yeah.
See what's going on in there? Okay. So you, as you get this thing open, you see on one side of it, there seems to be a top section, and then it looks like there's some sort of a drawer, a sliding drawer on the left side, and then on the right side it seems to be mostly kind of an open area. It looks like this area is actually pretty well worn, and just by the smell of it, you think that possibly Durnn has been using this part of this chest to keep his armor or something like that when he's not using it.
That's enticing.
On the left side, however, in the top shelf, you do see you see 2 onyx gems in this tray. It's almost like a tray on the left there. Underneath it is the drawer that pulls out. And you see these 2 onyx gems, and then you also see a pouch, a black pouch. It looks like it's possibly made with leather, and then it's got a leather thong that's been woven through the top of it. It's cinched it tight.
Well, come to me, my pretties, as I put those 2 gems into my own pouch. After giving a quick once over, let them shine in the light as much as onyx gems can.
Okay.
Then onto the pouch. I'm gonna open it, but I'm making sure to keep my face and my nose away from the opening as I don't want any puffs of dust or other powdery type things splashing onto me.
Okay. As you lift it up out of its spot, it definitely clinks and jingles. Sounds like coins.
Oh, thank God. You'd be surprised, both of the city guard and my own back history has a roguish type. So many different things come in pouches, and quite a few of them are dangerous or contact poisons of that sort.
It's true. It's all very true.
Coinage? I'm just gonna leave maybe a quick beat, see what colors the coins are in.
It appears to be gold.
Wonderful.
And you, just by quick feel of the weight of it, you can guess there's a good couple hundred gold pieces in here at least.
Very nice. Well, just gonna throw into the backpack there.
Okay.
Let's see if this chest has anything else to offer.
You're gonna try that drawer that's in there?
Oh yeah, first making sure there's no needles or small tripwires. I'll get when pulling it out. Got enough trauma in my life. Everything's trapped now, no matter how mundane it may seem.
It's true.
Doorways, potted plants, thrones.
So you see in this drawer as you pull it out, no, nothing comes out, nothing jumps out at you and tries to slice your fingers off. You see 2 scroll cases in there. As you're sliding the drawer open, they look to be relatively simple, almost crude in design, but they definitely seem to be meant to hold some sort of important document. I'm gonna pull those out of there.
Okay. Let's see what we can see.
Okay.
We've already found a link to what, a lost dwarven mining city. What else is there to find?
It's true. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
All right. Maybe this one time will be a bit better since I have the light. Nope.
Okay. So, okay, so you pull those 2 scroll cases out of there. What are you gonna do with those guys? It does look like they have an end on them. It doesn't look like it has been permanently sealed or anything like that. It just kind of looks like it's kind of an end. It does look like it's probably waterproof, or at least was meant to be. But it does look like something that would easily twist off or plug off of there.
Yep. Gonna go ahead and twist the tops off and carefully pull out what's inside if I can. I don't want to make things crumbled if they're old.
Sure. You pull off the top of the first one, and you're able to get the parchment out of there. It's actually very, very fine. And as you're pulling it out of there, you realize that this is something more than an old map or a love letter. As you get it out and you unroll it, you can see the workmanship in the lettering and in the runic script that goes around the page. And I don't know if you have any arcane knowledge or teaching yourself, but just being a roguish type, you can definitely tell that this seems to be some sort of a spell scroll.
Yeah, I got just being a dwarf, and though we don't practice magic as much, you come across the odd magical chess piece or people want to enchant it. Plus, got my own special brand of magic with the dragon mark. It gives you a bit of insight to the whole magic game.
It's true.
Although I have been thinking that I definitely need to study up more on magic because we keep coming across it, and I'll be damned if Alardro and our Grybek's magic isn't, and Gok, sometimes magic isn't pretty useful.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're gonna pop open the second one?
Yeah, I'll leave that scroll, put it back in its case, cap it, and open up my second.
Okay. So similar experience with the second one. You find, it looks like different scripting, different runes, but it looks like it is definitely another a spell scroll of some sort.
Right. All right. Well, those are for either Alardro or Grybek, too. Yeah, one of them has the identify spell, so they'll figure that out later. I'll throw those into the backpack.
Okay.
One last search of that chest.
So you do see like an old kind of filthy blanket that's in the bottom of this larger section of the chest.
I've already dug through a pile of goblin trash, so a filthy blanket's not going to add too much more to it. I'll go ahead and pour that out slowly, just to make sure nothing goes flying out.
Okay. You pull the blanket out, and it smells pretty bad. A little puff of dirt and dust comes up off of it. underneath it, you see something interesting. It looks like some sort of breastplate, and a mace sitting on top of a shield. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I just had a cheeseburger delivery, and obviously that is a huge priority. So, so you do see this breastplate, and it looks like a mace, and as I said, it does look like it's sitting on some sort of a shield. You want to give those a little bit closer look?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, I'll give that a closer look for sure.
Okay. As you pull the stuff out, you definitely see that it.
I lost you there.
You definitely see. There's a lot of like. Very nice leather work going on in this breastplate. It is made of leather, and it has a lot of. Hold on a second. I really apologize, guys. Just trying to get this dinner thing figured out. Anyway, so you see a lot of very nice leatherwork going on in this breastplate, and it looks like a very intricate leaf pattern has been worked into this armor piece. You can tell with the mace that it also seems to have like a vine pattern that's been kind of worked into the pommel of it. And it is made with a very exquisite wood. The shield also has a very nice nature kind of a theme that has been worked into the design.
Elves. Has to be elves.
It's actually sized pretty small. Seems like it would fit someone even smaller than you.
Well, there's that. Oh, is this all of it, or just a shield and the mace?
No, there's a shield, a mace, and a breastplate, and then you see some greaves and some other pieces that go along with the breastplate. The same sort of a nature design.
Alright. Well, once again, there. Is the breastplate too small for me?
Yeah, it does seem like it's meant for someone a little bit smaller than you.
Just as a quick check, because I know some
Yeah.
magical armors might change sizes. I'm gonna just like sort of halfway strap it on, because I know I can't get the full thing on and see if it changes at all.
No, it doesn't seem to change in size or do anything spectacular in that way.
All right. Well, it'll be useful for somebody. So, gonna go ahead and take the finely woven breastplate and the shield and everything, and just sort of pack it into the backpack. Put the shield on the back of the backpack, since it won't fit inside, of course.
Okay.
Maybe strap the mace to the side of it, and then put the actual leather chest piece into the backpack.
Okay. So, yeah, and as you're pulling the rest of those items out, you don't see anything else in there.
Oh, before I go down and join whatever festivities are down there, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick peek at the goblin bodies, because might as well.
Mm-hmm. Because you might as well. Alright, so let's do this. Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Just did. $13 this time.
Okay, that's good enough. You can see that this guy seems to be wearing earrings. Silver earrings set with moonstones.
Man, where did all these goblins raid this stuff from? Okay, no, but add the earrings to the collection. Minus moonstone earring.
Okay.
I mean, it's almost like there was a previous adventuring party. No, I'm just kidding.
Almost like it was.
Alright, so got that. Yeah, satisfied and probably should be getting to helping whatever's downstairs. Did they all jump down there, or is there presence of maybe like a rope or something?
You
Someone have
do
the
see that
decency
there
to-
has been a rope tied around the chest and is leading down the shaft of the pit here.
Alright, there. One of them had common sense. Probably the other dwarf.
Can't hear you.
But alright, time to descend and hopefully catch nothing from these weird, sickly vines. Well, I'm definitely keeping an eye out for any movement. See if that twig blight latched on to someone.
You roll a perception check.
Alright, perception. That one's better.
You take a good long look down there, but you don't see any signs of movement or anything.
Good. Alright, so with a classic spelunkers type thing where the rope is like behind your, I think it's behind your bum or your back or whatever, where you sort of leap back and let it out, play it out behind you type of thing. Go ahead and rappel down.
Okay. Roll a, since you're going with all the extra security, go ahead and roll a strength with advantage check. Or athletics with advantage, whatever you choose.
Alright. Where is the athletics there?
And
Oh, in the
that 21 is definitely going to be good enough to get you on your way down. So it'll take you a couple of rounds or whatever to get down that far, just based on your movement. So by the time you do get down there, you find yourself here with these fine folks. So, before we get to that moment, however, we are going to rejoin the rest of the party here.
Ooh, I'm in complete darkness here.
I know, I'm getting you. I'm getting you here, buddy. I got you.
I wasn't sure if you had pinged or not.
You are going to be on the left part of the map, kind of in the middle. You should see yourself now.
Ah, there we go.
There we
Oh,
go.
there you are, Brasnic. Wondering what happened to you.
So,
How soon after us defeating the Hobgoblin Captain? Is it just right after we finish this, or is it like while I'm tying him up? Or...
So, to answer that question, you guys are finishing up tying up Durnn. He is still passed out up against the wall here. And as you're doing that, you're kind of collecting yourselves. Obviously, a couple of you are very injured, probably, to the point of laying on the ground. As you guys know, I do like the realism when it comes to injuries and stuff like that. So being at, 1 or 2 hit points, you're going to be not wanting to do anything but lay there pretty much. So there is that. So you guys are kind of finishing up with that. You see Grybek kind of wandering, just kind of, you see him holding out his holy symbol and just kind of seems to be praying to his god or something. As you're kind of turning your attention away from this, you start hearing some commotion, some movement from above. Anyone want to roll a perception check?
I will.
Yeah, I'm too hurt. I don't see squat.
Okay. So you don't really see anything. A couple seconds later, about 30 seconds later, you start seeing the bottoms of feet. It's like some squat feet. And then you start seeing legs, and then you start seeing the recognizable form of Brasnic as he is lowering him.
Will we have just seen the falling little twig thing just suddenly come down?
Oh yeah, actually before that, yeah, you do see the twig blight just fall to the earth and just kind of land in a pile of brambles at the bottom. And then about a couple minutes later, you see Brasnic slowly making his way down. So he gets down to the bottom. See him kind of uncinch himself from the rope, kind of look around at you guys. As you get down there, Brasnic, you see the broken bones of these skeletons. Looks like there was definitely some sort of a battle here. You see a couple other twig blights that look like they have been destroyed. You see a giant hobgoblin, or not a giant hobgoblin, but just a regular sized hobgoblin that's just really beefy over here, strapped up against the wall. And next to him, you see a gigantic spider that you've never seen before.
So we started to hear him come down from above after the twig blight happened.
Yeah.
I guess pretty much as he was starting to shuffle down, since I have no dark vision beyond 30 feet, I would have just tried to, coughing up blood, lean myself up against the wall, and try to be ready for a fight till I see it's him, and then I'm just going to slouch back over and be like, oh, there you are. Where were you?
Well, you guys look like shite. Have fun.
Yeah, no, we all almost died. Alardro, Gok, they all kind of went kersplat.
Right. Well, I can see that. As far as where I had gone, if you remember that pile of junk we found with the other goblins, you guys sort of forgot me, and I'm not gonna lie, I was head deep in the place looking for trinkets and things of that sort, so may have not have heard the call to, come with you. Sort of came out of me treasure finding when I heard, it was like the faint clash of weapons, I think. I wasn't entirely sure, but it was enough for me to get out, and, seeing as there was no one in the throne room and some dead bodies, yeah, probably figured you guys were down the hole, but you had Alardro and, right? Alardro and Grybek. I thought you guys would be fine, so I'll be honest, I was looting the place.
Yeah, they both went down pretty quick.
Right,
Alardro kind of fell, almost died. So, we weren't in the best of shape. Me, I got beat the hell out of by skeletons and sticks. I'm still picking the thorns out of my arms.
When he says Alardro fell down, you hear like these weird spider clicking noises as you see the spider is continuing to like spin a ton of web to tie up this hobgoblin, and like it like looks at you with like 4 of its eyes while keeping its other 4 eyes like on the weaving of the webs.
It's very
Yeah,
disconcerting.
I just sort of point a big green thumb at the spider behind me. Yeah, that's Alardro.
Figured, especially with that weird eye thing you just did to me. I'm gonna be creeped out about that the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, we were all pretty surprised by that. It kind of came out of nowhere. Wouldn't have thought the man had that kind of power in him. But oh man, furball, whatever. You know what?
I know what you meant.
Yeah, at this point, Ratul would just sort of take a cross-legged stance on the floor and just sort of almost seem to go in a meditative stance as he seems to be trying to. I guess the closest thing to come to it is basically forcefully close the two giant cross cuts on his chest with just his muscular stature alone.
Yep. Oh,
So you're
watch.
trying to flex your wounds closed?
Yes.
Does that work? I'm so muscly I can just flex and my wounds will close in their own power.
Basically, I'm flexing them to basically close off the wounds. Just sort of like tighten them all up so they stop bleeding.
All right. That's
Wait,
a bit more
doesn't like flexing a muscle send blood to that muscle?
It's gonna make them bleed more. He's over there doing like this Mr. Olympia thing and slowly dying.
He's an orc, remember?
All right. Well, there's that. Well, I'm glad you guys are still alive down here. Sawyer's upstairs in the throne room. A chest, I'm sure you all saw. Was apparently being guarded by the fucking plant there. I was pointing to the sticks from the Twig of Light. But all in all, came out well. Found quite the haul. You know.
You see Urki kind of look over at you for a second, and then his eyes grow wide. Oh, well, what have you got there?
Well, there's 2 spell scrolls, a mace, a shield.
You see
leather
him. You
breastplate
see
with
him
mid-
looking
small
at the
boots.
mace that you've tied to the side of your backpack. Do you mind if I see that? It looks very familiar.
Go for it.
The ragged brutes never did give my gear back. You see him kind of look over, and he kind of grabs the mace from you, and you see this wide smile grow on his face. And as he kind of swings it around, you can tell that he seems to have a little familiarity. Swinging
Great.
mace.
So I'm guessing the shield and the breastplate are yours too, as I pull the breastplate out and take the shield off my backpack.
Oh, blessed be. Thank you, sir. Oh, I can't get in a fight without my gear. As you well know.
Hey, I think you did pretty good being gearless. You kept us alive there in some sticky situations. Don't sell yourself short just because you didn't have your armor.
Oh, well, very kind words. I appreciate you, Mr. Yin Yang.
By all means, Urki, I only spoke the truth. You were very detrimental in all of our recent encounters. We appreciate it.
Okay, you're looking for the word instrumental, buddy. Detriment means he wouldn't have been helping.
You're right. I used the wrong word. I was trying to be fancy.
It's okay. We appreciate your efforts. Okay.
So, after at this point, assuming that I've finished tying this guy up pretty well, there's no chance of escape. Pumped a little more poison into him, so he's like not like gonna just get up and like tear his way through when he awakens. I'm gonna shift back into I'm gonna like drop my animal form.
Alright, so you guys all see the giant spider kind of skitter over back towards the group. And as he's walking over, on the four legs, you see two of them start to shrink, like into his side. And as he starts, moving his front legs forwards, you start seeing like all these little digits start sprouting out the end of his foot pads as they start to shorten as well. And you see him start to walk more in an upright fashion as his arms grow bigger and fatter and shorten down into the proper lengths of the Furbolg stature, as you see Alardro standing there blinking his eyes before you.
It's disconcerting. And I didn't know what it's like to be a spider until just then.
You know, Alardro, for such a gentle giant, you sure got some nightmare fuel abilities, buddy.
You see Erky kind of chuckle at this as he's strapping on his armor. And as he does so, you kind of just get this feeling from him. Like, as he kind of straps on the last strap, you see him kind of put his shield on his arm, and he kind of hefts up his mace. And you just kind of feel like this radiance about him, like this, some kind of holiness to him.
Oh, someone's back in proper form.
Yeah, I think at this point, Yin's like kind of trying to take a nap. Like, we all need some rest. I don't know about the rest of y'all, just...
Do you guys want to rest up, and then we can interrogate, or talk to and figure out what this hobgoblin knows when he wakes up?
I know I could use a short rest.
It would
Yeah, I
be
think-
for the best if we took some time to rest.
Yeah, I think we all need a breather. But I do want to point out to the rest of y'all, thinking on it, we should probably watch I don't think we have too much to worry about, but what about them goblins we let go? If we move forward, they're going to be at our back.
Yeah, they scattered.
There were more rooms up there we didn't check.
Right, but okay, look, man, there's like an 80-foot drop down here. It took me a while. We
I
should be
agree
good.
with Alardro. It'd be best if we went back up and checked all the rooms. We do not know if this hobgoblin was the only one here.
Right, guys, before we start doing that, I suggest you rest, because you look like shite. But yeah, I'll keep a watch out since I'm in proper shape while you guys take care of it.
I don't know if the two of you could even make it up the wall, could you? Kind of looking over at Gok and Ratul.
Gok's completely just falling asleep at this point.
Okay. Just where he
I
lays.
only need a small rest, then I can climb my way back up. A lot harder than I look.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no one around when I was going through everything. Honestly, I think we should just keep going forward.
I just wanted to point it out, that's all. I'm all for moving forward. I just wanted to make sure we keep an eye at our back.
Well, as far as you know, at some point you're going to have to come back through. Whenever you're done at the end zone here, because, I mean, unless there just happens to be a magical doorway out at the end, you're going to have to come back through the Citadel anyway.
Yeah.
And there's
we gotta
also
go back
the
anyways.
matter of that level above. There's a section that is yet to be explored that you needed the key from Ustrail.
Yeah, we still have to go back to the kobold leader and get everything we need from her.
Are we sure you want to do that? Because if there's the whole, didn't the dragon choose not to go back?
It's true.
I
Yeah.
feel like I understand we may need some stuff. I'm just saying that I don't think the kobolds are going to be particularly happy that we gave the dragon the freedom of choice, and it chose not to return.
He does have a fair point. And
We
there's
can
also
also
the
argue
fact that this isn't the main focus of the quest. It is a side thing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be resolved right this instant. But whatever you guys choose to do is 100% up to you. There's the beauty of D&D. But at this time, I think everyone's pretty much agreed that a short rest is a good idea.
Yes.
So I don't know if anyone gets spells back besides the warlock.
Sorry, I'm having some issues with my token. I'm trying to figure this out.
What happened with your token?
I can't hold a torch without like create. I can't like move myself with the torch without like creating a kind of a problem.
You should be able to drag and drop both of them.
When you try to move both the torch and your character token, there's a bit of lag involved.
Yeah, it also
part
like
of
puts
the
me half off frame.
It's just part of the actual Roll20 thing. I don't
Gotcha,
know.
gotcha.
Encountered in multiple games.
Sorry, just some technical. I was gonna ask about that. I do get my wild shape back though if we take a short rest. That is the other thing that I wanted to bring up.
My energy's thankfully replenished as well.
So your token should be set up now to have the same sight as a torch.
It has only dim light at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah, I can screen cap if you want, but I can see everything. It's fine. I don't really need. Yeah, it's just the dim light.
Oh, I see. Is that better?
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yep. Okay, so you guys are taking a short rest. I think Gok is going to be the only one that gets spells back. And then if you guys want to spend some hit dice to get some hit points back, I would definitely recommend doing that.
Yowdy.
We're still level 2.
Yes, we are. So Brasnic is going to be keeping watch, is that correct?
I was gonna.
I mean, do you have to have someone keep watch during a short rest? Are we taking like a nap? I thought it was just more of like a you're just like taking a breathe.
Oh no, it was more so I was gonna move over where Grybek is and keep a watch outside the hall.
Gotcha.
It's not that we needed to watch, it's just that I don't actually need a rest, and just make sure nothing comes at us, or we at least have forewarning if something.
You're not alone there. God, not alone.
Oh, while we're rating everything like that, or after we're done doing this, see if I think Grybek said he could identify. That's right?
Oh, Greyback has identified. Is Greyback with us? Or did he kind of scamper off and do his own thing?
According to the GM, he was just over here praying to his god.
I don't.
So I mean, he's still present at this moment.
Well, Ratu's looking a lot less like shit now. He actually looks almost fully healed by the end of that short rest.
Yeah, that is definitely necessary. Grybek is there. He's going to go over against the wall and actually take a rest. He kind of waves off the identifying of items at the moment. You see him just kind of mumble something about refresh. Just kind of mumbles under his breath and kind of walks over to the wall, slumps up against the wall, and just kind of collapses to the floor. Is asleep almost instantly.
Will he be safe sleeping here?
Well, we're all still here.
Yep, everyone's still there. So, this short rest goes by. And you guys start kind of coming back to yourselves, stretching a little bit, maybe seeing if there's any trail rations or something you can chew on for a moment. Roll perception checks.
Okay.
I also did want to ask, how good a quality did his greatsword look?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check. So
We didn't. No one investigated the body because I tied him up.
So far, nobody has searched any of the bodies.
Yeah.
Or dirt.
But
That being said, there is one of these here. And one of these here. There's also a couple of dead goblin bodies, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to find anything on them. So, with your 14, you're looking around for that sword, right?
yeah, so I wanted to see how, what kind of quality it was.
Yeah, you're able to find it. It kind of was left on the ground over here after the fight. You can see that it is actually pretty well made. You're not sure if it is well made enough to be magical or not. That might be something you'd want to, try and do some sort of an identified thing on. But it definitely looks like it's, a better crafted sword than a goblinoid, humanoid creature would normally have.
Hey, Ratul. I think you might take a like to this.
I step over and look at the great sword. I do not need a blade of man.
You can tell. Roll. Let's see. Roll a history check.
I only bring it up to you, buddy, because it doesn't look like a normal sword.
Nope.
Okay. Anyone else paying attention to this at all?
Right.
I mean, I'm right there with him, but I wasn't really thinking on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sleeping, honestly.
Okay.
I'll give it a once over.
So you, Ratul, you definitely do notice there's some craftsmanship there. You do see some, it looks like some runes or something have been etched into the blade, and there seems to be some sort of a maker's mark that has been hammered into the pommel. Brasnic, when you come over and look at it, you instantly recognize the dwarven craftsmanship in this blade, and you recognize the runes go down the length of it. Your eyes kind of widen a little bit as you read the runes. Going down the length of this blade. And looking up at the creature holding it currently, you can't help but recognize the irony, as this blade is called Orc Splitter.
What's so funny?
One, you call in dwarven workmanship a blade of man, and two, the name of the blade is Orc Splitter.
And on that, what's wrong with my people's craftsmanship?
You rely too much on glory and spectacle. You only need a blade to cut. Nothing fancy.
That's
You're
not
not-
where I'm coming from, but what?
You're not wrong, but quality can make quite the difference, my friend.
Yeah, and it's not about being the fancy. It's about, yes, you need a blade to cut, but you need a quality blade to cut because you don't want it chipped or using a blade that's meant to be cutting for bashing people in. Well, except for great swords, a sword like that, giant piece of metal. But right, this is superior craftsmanship. And I'm just saying, it's very easy to tell dwarven made work from human made work. Yeah, a lot of you are impatient and don't put the time you need into making blades the right way.
Wait, hold on a second. Was the runes on the blade dwarvish?
That's right.
I can
Yes.
read dwarvish.
Oh. Then as you were holding it, as Brasnic was coming over and he started laughing after looking at the blade, the recognition of what the meaning behind the runes came to you in the same moment as you realized that it says Orc Splitter.
You forgot I could read dwarvish, didn't you?
I did.
Secondly,
I'm surprised
I'd
you can
rather
read.
not use a blade that was meant to slay my kind.
Well, that I did not know, and I apologize for that. I just figured it was a good weapon. I mean, you speak of practical sense. You could always rename it and use it for something else. It's a good sword, or don't take it. Either way. I was just trying to help you out, man.
The sentiment is noted, but... And I just curl up one of my fists and just strike against the wall, leaving an imprint. I have enough power with my own limbs.
Oh, believe me, I feel you there, buddy, as I look at my own knuckles. I'm not gonna do that. That might hurt. You definitely got me in strength. But I know weak point.
And as you guys are kind of talking about this, you hear a... You're not orc enough to use it anyway. As you all look down and see Durnn looking up at you, webbed to the wall.
I just pick up Gok and set him slightly to the side as I move in front of Durnn. And what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, come on, man.
I took it from an orc chieftain. Much more impressive specimen than you.
Says the man sitting there with spider shit keeping him.
Tricks. Only the
Tricks.
orc wanna fight fair.
No tricks. I'm gonna raise my scimitar to his throat, where he's like slightly where he's like cocooned, but like with it around his head, just above his throat. It's like no tricks, just the power of a proper druid.
You see him kind of like looking at you with, a little trepidation, but mostly just kind of hate and ferocity in his eyes.
Druid, eat you. Druid has tricks too.
What do you know of this other druid?
Nobody crossed Belak. Not even I. What do you know?
We know enough that of his evil actions and his renouncing of the druidic practices for the proper reasons. Tell us everything you know about his defenses.
He takes the weak. Like you. Like him.
He kind of like nods over towards Urki.
I take you all and make you his slaves.
Well, I wonder what that makes you, considering we kicked your ass. And I kind of just give him a wink.
What you do now? Let me free, let's try again.
We let you free, and we kill you. We leave you here, and you have a chance to live.
Think you can kill me, Orc? Without your friends? I think not. You're weak. All of you are weak.
I am never weak with nature at my side.
Also, I'm not agreeing to leaving the bastard alive. I did not agree to that.
Have you heard tell of a red dragon anywhere nearby?
You see him actually kind of open his eyes a little bit at this. And you see him get kind of tight-lipped, actually. He kind of closes his mouth, and you see it almost seems like he does not want to talk about this.
You know of it.
You begin to bore me. If you're gonna kill me, then kill me now. Let me free and I'll kill you all.
Straight up, hold up. You saw the look across his face. He didn't want to talk about it. He knows something about that dread dragon.
Hey, let's not kill him yet. We need to make him an example.
I mean, at this point, since he wants to die so badly, leaving him alive like he is seems like it's more torture.
Again, Red Dragon here. Get to the point, guys. Learn more about the red.
Yeah, I think that's
I'm going to tell him I don't encourage torture. It is not a proper thing to do. But I don't know how kind my party members are. I would talk sooner rather than later.
Talking. Always talking. It's a druid thing.
It seems another method must be used.
And looking down at him, I just sort of kneel down to get eye level with him.
If I let you go, you will have to have a contest with me. If I win, you will help us. If you win, you have the right to leave.
You guys are so.
What does the rest of the party think about that?
I mean, I kind of think, look, just to be sure, we should cut off his arm and legs so that I can lead the goblins to a glorious future by making, I don't know, a pincushion?
I'm gonna look at Gok and shake my head like, no way in hell.
Yeah, I'm even looking at it, I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
What?
I'm just glaring at Gok.
Come on! He tried to murder us like 2 seconds ago.
Wait, but
He fought bravely. Any
Hey.
orc will know
He
how to
ran
respect
away.
strength.
He ran away.
also just to point out, he's not a fucking orc. He's a fucking hobgoblin.
They're a bunch
I
of
c-
dicks.
I care not. He's shown his strength,
Ugh.
and though
And
he may
admitted
have
that
run
he wants to
away, he
murder
got
us
to a
all.
position that was better for him, that led almost to our destruction. He's smart, and he's
If he doesn't
strong.
want to talk, I'm pretty sure. Let's just make some other use out of him, is what the logic was. Eh? Eh? Hey?
None of you respect the warrior spirit.
Alright.
I didn't tell you no.
Well,
It's not
I'm
about
going to
respect.
tell you.
None of them are worthy of you. None of them are worthy of your strength. Join me. We could rule this entire range together.
Join the dark side.
A sunless, a sunless, old, decrepit tomb.
His strength paired with mine, we could control everything around us for miles. What do you say?
Though your offer may be tempting, I seek higher grounds than this ruined keep. I respect your strength, but I seek stronger foes.
Again, I think we're getting off track. Just have out with a fucking challenge so we can get on about this whole Red Dragon stuff.
I nod and turn towards him.
A simple match. First one to push the other to the ground and make them give wins.
Here's a game of Uncle.
Yeah, it's basically a game of Uncle.
Okay. He just kind of studies you for a moment. Kind of like noting your size and strength. He just pauses. Agreed.
No tricks, no blades. We settle this with our strength alone.
The only one that came with tricks was you and your friends.
No tricks from me. Not this time.
And with that, I'm going to reach down, rip the spider web, and just rip it off of him.
Okay. So as you work to free him, you see him actually just sit there. Patiently wait to be freed. And as you get done, he kind of stands up, kind of cricks his neck a little bit, kind of shrugs his shoulders, and just kind of studying you. And just kind of gives you that warrior's respect. Your decision displeases me. What an ally you would have been.
We may still have common ground after this. I respect you as a warrior. I only ask that you respect my decisions as a fellow soul on the battlefield.
Let it be done.
I'm going to move over to the circle of vines and push some bodies out of the way, and make motion for Gok and Brasnic to move out of the way as well.
Okay, fine. Let him.
Out of the way, little one.
Oh,
You wish to be a leader.
I know I'd be a better leader than the hobgoblins who can't even fight a bunch of humans. Gonna fume. Oh. Whoa.
I'll just give Gok a little love tap next to me for that.
I look towards a hobgoblin, arms uncrossed, with my bare chest showing the marks he gave me earlier.
Before we continue, tell me, what is your name, so I may remember who gave me these marks?
Durnn.
I will remember you, Durnn, from here on out, as the hobgoblin who placed these marks upon me.
Now remember you.
Kind of looks around at the party. The fresh menace. But then turns his attention back to Ratul. You see him kind of shrug his arms a little bit. Kind of work out some of the tightness from being bound for so long. And he puts his hands up and he flexes his fingers at you like, come on then.
I just sort of crack my neck a little bit as I roll my shoulders, then tense my legs as I go ahead and try to jump at him. Full on bear grab.
Okay, roll initiative. I wasn't expecting to get Durnn back out today. Honestly, I thought you guys were just gonna kill him.
Hey, if we can get another ally against the this evil druid, all the better to us. I'm sure he's not very happy with this guy either.
Yeah, LA might be stretching it though.
I'm not happy that we aren't using him as a hostage right now. Dang it.
I just can't wait to see the fight.
Poor Gok.
Like Yin Yang's at like the guy in the crowd of Fight Club right now. He's like, yeah, he's watching the fight.
Well, you definitely win initiative.
Yep, and I'm going to go ahead and directly charge across the arena, and I'm going to, as per the rules, I'm going to go for a straight grapple. Try to see if I can't put him to the floor already.
Okay. So that's going to be an attack roll, right?
It's grappling, so it'll be contested checks.
Okay.
The grappler uses athletics. The grapple E uses acrobatics or athletics.
Go ahead and roll that athletics check.
Oh no!
Okay. I am just going to have to use a strength or dex, so I'm going to go ahead and make a strength roll.
Oh!
Okay. So you launch yourself across this circle, and it's about a 15-foot circle. So you are with speed that is remarkable for a creature your size. You're able to close this distance, and you get in ahead of his defenses. You could tell he was trying to fight off your attempt here, but you're able to get your hands on him. How are you trying to grab him?
For this, since I'm going for this, I am going to be using whatever I have against him. So I'm hooking my right hand around the opening of his right pit shoulder armor, and my left hand's going to go right underneath the bottom of his abdomen armor, and try to basically grab him into a frontal lock.
Okay. So you are able to grab him. Now that doesn't do damage on the grapple, right?
Nope, but that basically means that if you allow me, next turn I'm going to try to put him into a ground pin.
Okay. So on his turn, he is going to try and break free. So go ahead and roll another athletics check. Oof. You are definitely your size. I mean, and orcs are typically bigger and stronger than hobgoblins on average, except for like the bigger ones like this character here. But as far as orcs go, you're freaking huge. So the size disparity here is starting to become more obvious as you're able to get in the position that you wanted. You see him trying to get out, but you're very easily able to keep him in this position that you have him in.
Yep, and now with that, I'm actually going to, now with my grip on him, I'm going to smile as I am going to do the exact same move as I did before him, as I'm going to go for a suplex.
Okay. So you're trying to suplex him over your body, which would put him here. Are you going to try and do like a spinning suplex and get him out of this ring?
Well, basically, as I stated, it was to try to put it into a pin until one gives up. So
Right.
basically, I'm going to slam him into the ground for this pin.
Okay.
Which is part of the suplex. And
Yep.
that's a 24 on my end.
All right. That is a hell of a roll right there, sir. Oh, man. This is one-sided competition. As Ratul easily is able to manhandle Durnn, you see him grab a hold of Durnn, and he just flexes his body backwards and is able to get Durnn up and over his head and slam him down onto the ground behind him. So now you have him prone and in a mounted position, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Durnn, realizing that he is in a serious predicament, is going to try a reversal. So go ahead and roll that athletics check.
Oh, boy.
Oof. He is actually, as he hits the ground, you see him actually bring his hand up, and he's able to grab your wrist with one hand, and with the other one, he slams the palm of his hand into your elbow, and you feel it kind of crunch a little bit and bend in a weird way, and just with that little bit of movement on your part, he's actually able to keep the momentum going and twist up and out of your grasp.
Ugh.
So, as you guys are both rising to your feet.
Going to see if I can get a better lock on him this time, as I'm going to try to go for a leg lock.
Okay, go for it. He is going to try and use his dexterity on this one. Oof. Failures all around for Durnn. Okay, so you see him trying to get his legs out of the way, but you're easily able to just get one big meaty paw on an ankle, and as you pull him backwards a little bit, you're able to get your you're doing an ankle lock on him?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a full leg lock, where I just basically have his leg locked right underneath my arm.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to grab his leg and get that digit in there. And get the lockdown on him. Durnn. What's Durnn gonna do? I guess he is just gonna try and reverse this again. He's actually just gonna try and break free. It's not really a very good reversal position. Oof.
Oh no! I think that's just auto success.
Yeah, he pretty much just puts his other foot on your big chest and just with all of his strength it takes him, you feel him able to push you off of his leg. You feel like his knee almost kind of like a little bit as you're letting go of it, but he is able to get you off of him. You see him like use half of his movement to get himself back up to his feet. You see him kind of gingerly favoring the leg that you were just manhandling, but he seems to be ready to keep going.
And this time, I'm going no hold barred. I'm going to go for a direct stomach tackle.
Okay.
Does anyone have a chair to hand Ratul?
Damn, with these 4s, dude. I either rolled really well or 4. Okay, so what are you doing to this guy now?
I'm going for a full stomach lock, where I basically am just tackling him into the stomach and just wrapping my arms around his midsection.
Okay. So you were definitely able to get underneath. He tries to, like, use his hands to stop you, but you're able to duck underneath his grasp and get him around the midsection. Let's see. He is going to try a reversal on this one. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So you see him. He starts to try and spin. And as he's trying to like spin and get your head like in a headlock and try and keep the momentum going, but you're easily able to kind of duck your head out of the way and you just squeeze with your orcish might and hold him firmly in place.
As I just lift him up and go for a side slam into the ground.
Okay. Oof. Alright, you see him starting to try and like lock his limbs, lock his frame so you can't get him picked up, but you're able to just basically full body manhandle this guy up into the air. And as you slam him down on the ground, you kind of feel the air explode out of his lungs a little bit. As he hits the ground, you feel him starting to try and push you off. This might be the last roll. Oh! As he's struggling, trying to fight the big monster off of him, Ratul, you're able to first pin him down a little bit, and then you get down and you get your forearm right into his throat with your elbow touching the ground, pressing all of your weight into him. You feel him as he is starting to, try and fight against you, but as you put all of your weight into it, you see his eyes start rolling back in his head a little bit.
As I go ahead and lift the pressure off his throat.
Okay.
Keeping myself on top of him still, though.
You see him just kind of like lay there, and you could tell like every part of his body wants to keep fighting, but he doesn't. He sits and he just kind of lays there for a second. Can you stay on top of him, or are you gonna get up?
Since I found someone of your caliber.
You win. Good fight.
I get up to my feet and offer him a hand.
Sim kind of looks at you, almost like he doesn't want to take it, but then begrudgingly finally does. Let you help him to his feet. Kind of looks around at the party.
What would you know?
Tell us what we are to expect with the druid. And tell us about the red dragon.
The dragon is beyond you. Don't even try. But the mage, nay.
Looks over at Alardro.
druid. Here's another matter. He is powerful, yes.
He kind of looks around at the party again.
But so are you. Do not let him strap you to the tree. That is how he will turn you. As he did the others.
All except. You see him kind of look down at his finger, and you, for the first time, notice this gold ring that's on his finger.
Do you have someone of significance that you know of?
As I notice him looking at the gold ring.
A fool. Someone from a party of adventurers that came through before. We ate him. This is all that's left.
Well, except for this. So he taps himself on his chest. You notice that the armor that he's wearing actually looks like a pretty finely wrought splint mail. And as you're studying it, you notice that there is some sort of family crest emblazoned on the chest.
Our task for coming here was not to slay the druid. Well, actually it was to slay the druid. But our other task was to retrieve whatever remains were of the adventuring party that came before us. Allow me that ring to show to our proprietor, that they are gone.
Why are you asking for permission? The victor goes to explore. He's lost twice to us. Just take the damn.
Do you say that in character?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Brasnic kind of has a point. He lost to us like twice already. I mean,
And do not lose to goblins, little
no,
worm.
you lost to an orc. You lost to him.
Gok, silence.
And I turn my attention back to Durnn.
He kind of studies you for a moment.
Take it.
As he pulls it roughly off of his finger and tosses it to you.
I catch it midair.
Now, about that red dragon, you obviously know something about. Spill.
Dragon is death. The one you fought was nothing. We know you found it. I was going to give it to the druid, to raise it as he has raised the red.
Oh crap.
That's right. It is his pet.
An unwilling servant, I assume.
Observant.
Are they ever separated?
The dragon is below. It does not come here. It is too big.
Ain't the druid below too, though?
Only the druid knows the way.
So they wouldn't be together if we came upon the druid.
Not if you come upon him here. The dragon's too large. It is not a wormling.
Well, if they're as intelligent as the youngling that we met, how are you not sure he's not serving the dragon?
It just said he's raised it as a pet, man. Pay attention.
You weren't here for that, but The dragon that we encountered, the blue one, was intelligent.
It was white.
The white one, yeah.
Yep. When you if he raised it as a pet, as I assume we did, it'd probably be the whole training. You know how to raise a pet. There's the whole discipline.
The dragon.
A dog doesn't have sentience.
The dragon approves of its situation. Otherwise, I believe you would be right, human.
You cut out for me there.
He says, otherwise I believe you would be right, human.
He says the last part very disdainfully.
I look towards Durnn as I pocket the ring.
With this, you've accomplished what I've asked. You have 2 paths before you now. You may leave this place and find another. The goblins here will soon be wiped out, and the kobolds shall take over.
What? We're letting him go? Are you kidding me?
Or you can work for us.
What do you mean?
A fighter of your strength. It'd be a joy to fight you again one day if you choose to leave. But to have your strength on your side, you said it yourself. If I had joined you, we could have ruled this place. But since I seek stronger pastures, you will become stronger with me. If you choose to follow.
I'm not trusting him no matter what.
Never trust a dwarf, either. Why do you travel with these weaklings?
Because
Nothing.
I know one day they will not be weak. And I will be there to make sure. You've already seen me, and I'm not, and I still grow to become stronger.
Speak for yourself on the weak part.
Again, I mean, you lost twice, so I don't know. You got
I
the
just shoot
bar too high there.
I shoot Gok a silencing glare.
Gok has the right to talk here as much as anybody.
I look towards Durnn.
It is your choice. They may not approve of letting you go, but I wish to see you get stronger.
I will. And with that, you see him jump up and grab a hold of the vines and start hand over hand climbing up the wall.
Oh no, you don't, you son of a bee. I'm not letting him go. I'm not letting that son of a bee. I'm gonna blast him in the back right now.
Okay, roll an attack.
Swear to God. I wanted this dude. And I don't care.
He shouldn't be only.
Please, please let the Gok luck holds true.
Is he at 1 hit point because he just woke up from being unconscious?
Pretty much.
I'm gonna just shoot him. Look, it's either he's gonna die right now. I'm gonna try to shoot him in the leg or something, non-lethally. I don't know. If he falls and dies, whatever.
Range attacks can't be non-lethal unless you may have a special thing like that.
Well, then I guess he's just gonna die if I can't have him. Nobody can.
Oh, come on, he left honorably.
I don't care.
He's a goblin.
God as a freaking hostage.
Goblins hate hobgoblins. That's a thing.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, this is great.
I got his ass this time.
So as he's climbing up this wall, you see Gok just standing there. He's already been silenced 3 times by the large orc, and the fury of the situation, the fury of the small, as it were. You see it finally boil over in this goblin, who is clearly not known for his patience in the first place. You see this goblin just strut over, and as he lifts up, his staff, you see him place it in the ground, and you see the purplish energy start to build up in his hand. As he does so, you see him with the most precision you've ever seen from this goblin with this spell. You see the energy leap from his hand and pummel into Durnn as he's climbing up the wall, and you see him arches his backwards as he lets go of this wall. You see him start falling backwards as he falls down to the ground. You see his head kind of hit the ground at a weird angle, and he said, as he falls down to the ground, flops to the floor, clearly dead.
Ooh.
Man, I needed that out of my system. Whew. Gosh, sorry about that. Just had a really bad day. Although I'm kind of not. Well, I'm just gonna see what's on him, and maybe I'll have something that'll help us out later.
You see Erky kind of like watching all of this transpire, and he just kind of like looking at Gok now like, holy fucking shit.
Well, I didn't really care what came out of this, so this is between you and the big man, and I'm gonna step away from Gok, so I'm not in the firing line.
Yep, as soon as you try to come over and grab stuff from this guy, I'm going to grab you by the face and throw you.
What?
Okay. Go ahead and roll in athletics or acrobatics as you would like.
Oh my god, why? Why?
Oh,
No!
acrobatics. What?
God, go ahead and roll. Oh no.
Yeah, I only have a +1 to it, so.
Oh no.
Well, I rolled really good.
Okay, so you kind of got your eyes on the prize here. You see, this Durnn is just on the ground. You already saw him pull a gold ring off his finger, and you're like, fuck, what else has this dude got? So you're just like, do going over, like, let me get the goodies. All of a sudden, this big, green, meaty paw grabs you by your face, like full face palm, and lifts you up off the ground.
Uh-huh.
Which direction are you throwing this guy?
I'm throwing Gok like a fastball this way.
All right. So as you start kicking, struggling, squirming a little bit, you suddenly find yourself flying through the air as you land with a thud and a bounce on the ground over here.
I'll step in between him now and the big man. Be like, all right, Knight, don't kill him now. That was fucked up, but don't kill him. And then I'll step out of his way.
Oh, gosh. What happened?
I'll allow that to pass. Had he got stronger, next time he may have killed you. But you will not loot him. Let him rest like an honorable warrior.
Look, you may have had your little honor thing with the guy, but I've actually been under these people. He would have betrayed you the instant you escaped. Okay?
He fought like a warrior. He agreed to the challenge. A warrior would not back down from a promise.
I mean, they're more like opportunists.
He may very well have. But I agree with you entirely, Ratul.
Look, get We're going on with it. We got other things to do. And honestly, I'm glad we don't have an enemy to worry about later on.
I'm gonna like check through and like look at the other bodies and make sure that everything is actually dead and nothing is like moving around.
Okay.
Because we saw skeletons earlier, I'm worried that there might be some more necromantic forces around.
Okay. Everyone that would like to, go ahead and roll some investigation checks.
Actually, I sort of want it.
I'm going to kneel down by... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. I kind of just wanted to scan around the room and see what the purpose of it is, because you said we came into heavy vegetation, right? So does it seem like they lead or come from a certain direction, or are they just a knotted met? That's what I'm looking for.
The vegetation? You do see some little sprouts, around in this area. It does look like this is some sort of a cultivar. It looks like there's a lot of refuse here from, just different things that are decomposing, including what looks to be like some old bodies and things like that. And it looks like they are growing the purplish kind of phosphorescent mushrooms that you've been finding around this dungeon.
The people are? Mm-hmm. Or the bodies are?
Well, just this whole field. It looks like it's basically like a field of glowing purplish mushrooms.
I'm instantly gonna take the mushroom that I picked I think it was it Grybek or the other guy, or Brasnic, that said the mushroom was edible. I don't care. And I'm putting it back on the ground.
Okay.
Seeing it growing out of people, yeah, I'm not eating these.
I'm going to kneel by Durnn and just try to settle his body so it's not just in a very unsightly splayed eagle. Place his arms crossed over his chest and close his eyes so they're still open.
Oh wait, that's a question. Earlier, Durnn taps himself. He's wearing someone else's armor, isn't he? Did he take somebody?
Armor of the previous adventurous party.
Dude, what the? Okay. I know you want to do the whole honor thing, but he ate a guy.
He ate one of the adventurers who came before us. How is that a man or being of honor?
I'm just saying we should take the honor.
You haven't eaten human before?
I had never seen a human.
I'm kind of just gonna look at him real quick.
Yeah, we all pause and look at the orc who just said that.
Like,
even Urky kind of stops and looks up like, is he being serious?
I haven't eaten a human. I know that seems a bit weird, but no one really allowed me. That was for the hobgoblins, or the bugbears. So
You'll partake in some elf pudding, but not a human.
Well, no, I haven't partaken in the elf stuff either. I heard it's really good though, and smells great. But look, I promised Brasnic I wouldn't eat it, so I'm keeping that promise.
I'm more concerned with the fact that I think our orc has eaten a human before.
Well.
Oh, right, yeah. It's kind of concerning.
I mean, could all just have a good berry.
It's kind of like the awkward silence from Yin at the moment.
You can feel my opinion of you dropping.
Are you gonna take a look at that ring at all, or are you just gonna pocket it?
Once I get Durnn into a proper sort of warrior's rest, I will pull the ring back out and take a look over it.
Okay. Did you see that there's an insignia that looks like it's been imprinted on the ring, and it actually looks like it matches the crest that is on the armor.
You're not breezing this over, Ratul. Have you or have you not?
You're still stuck on the eating a human thing.
We all are.
I'm human.
When I was very young, my tribe was starving. Bandits attacked us. We killed them. We had nothing to eat.
Huh. Well, that all sounds very reasonable. I have to admit I'm a little freaked out here, guys.
You're not the only one.
Is Ratul telling the truth?
That right. Insight.
As far as you can tell, yeah, he seems to be sincere about what he's saying.
I understand. When you're very hungry, it can be the only choice. It is the way of the living to find a way to live.
Well,
If you are worried, I will try to eat you.
you know, they kept me in a little cage for months, right? And they tortured me almost every day. And you see him, like, he kicks Durnn in the shoulder as he says this. You know, this is the most frustrated you've ever seen Urki get. He kicks him in the shoulder, and you actually roll perception checks.
Oh, yeah.
Passive 13 and up.
I see everything!
I see nothing.
Alardro sees nothing. You had a 1 in 20 chance to be a loser.
Oh, I missed that.
The 20 is good enough, and that 24 obviously is green and gold. So as he kicks the shoulder of Durnn, you hear a little clink clink.
I was going to ask, did my 17 investigation let me find anything on the bodies? What I was checking to see if any of them were, like, anything else.
Yes.
Did that sound like it came from Durnn or from Little Man?
Sounded like it came from the ground beside Durnn after he was kicked.
Looking down on the ground, trying to find that clink clink.
Ratul does spot it a little bit before you're able to get over and see the thing, but it looks like to be some sort of like a small little vial. And as you take a closer look, Ratul, it looks very similar to one of the healing potions that you guys have previously had.
He was holding on to it. He could have used this, but he chose not to.
As I just sort of stand up with the vial in my hand.
You really were more of a warrior than I thought.
Oh, please.
I mean, he was pretty mortal, all right. He's didn't get back up from that. Breaking his neck.
Ratul's trying to be so respectful, and Gok's like, fuck this guy.
I hate the Hobgoblins, man. They kicked around Gok. He was
That's true.
in the freaking army with other greenskins and stuff.
Gok has had a history.
I
All
don't
of
like
it.
these dudes.
Actually, almost none of it has been good.
Just because I'm curious, I actually pull out the empty glass vial of the healing potion I received.
Mm-hmm.
Is this bottle I hold bigger or more intricate than one I'm holding?
No, looks to be similar make.
I give one last nod towards Durnn as I put away the healing potion.
I'll make good use of this in your stead.
Okay. So, Alardro, while all of this is going on, you do find some things. On one of the hobgoblins, you find a necklace that looks to be made of some finely wrought silver set with moonstones.
I'm going to take it, and I'm going to say, is this necklace interesting to anyone? It
Brasnic,
looks quite
when you see
exquisite.
it, Brasnic, you instantly recognize that it is the same quality and craftsmanship of the earrings that you found.
Yep. No, it looks like I'm pretty sure there was a lady adventurer, maybe. I think there was a lady one on the adventures, but it's probably part of a jewelry set because on the hobgoblins upstairs, I found these. So I pulled out moonstone earrings that are same.
Okay.
I have very little want for material possessions, and I'm gonna go over to Brasnic and hand him the necklace.
Thank you kindly.
Give it to the thief. Good job.
That's right. Give all the shinies to the thief.
I want it too.
Okay, so if you want to, wherever you make note of that, the earrings are worth 20 gold pieces each, and the necklace is worth 50 gold pieces. The gold signet ring is worth 20 gold pieces. Let's see. That is all you find on Zibaldis. Let me make sure there's nothing on these skeletons. No. The skeleton's got nothing except some rusty shovels and some raggedy robes. So, there is that. Is anyone going to disregard the orc's wishes?
I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
Okay.
And when Ratul is not looking, because I think we're gonna leave, I'm gonna try to investigate the body again.
Okay.
Because I know things got a bit heated, but I still want to see what's on the hobgoblin.
Oh, also while we're standing here, and this is and he's doing his own stuff. I'll turn to the group and say, right, you know how with the whole having Durnn on our side type of thing. Since there's another hobgoblin body here that isn't Durnn, and you didn't fight in some honor-bound thing, do we want to use a whistle? Because I mean, having another body. If you guys remember the Duergar whistle, it'll allow me to raise our personal zombie.
That's a little freaky.
I'm gonna say I would like it very much if you wouldn't use such dark magic, even in a case such as this.
Such foul magics is taboo. I'd rather not use them to our aid.
Yeah, right. Well, I want to keep what I can do to keep me alive. I'll not use it this time, but maybe later I might be doing it. I'm just giving you a heads up.
I 100% agree with the decision, Brasnic. Might help us, get through everything so we don't go through a near-death experience again.
Go ahead and roll that stealth check on Gok.
Yes, sirree.
I assume you're moving over in this way as stealthily as you can.
That's, man,
Okay.
I roll a lot better today. I feel good about this.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
You're feeling very sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's immediately after I say that.
You jinxed yourself.
You just because you're trying to be so quick and quiet about it, you're not giving it as thorough of a search as you normally would. You don't really find anything else on the hobgoblin, but with the closer inspection, you can definitely tell that this splint mail looks like it was really well made when it was crafted. It does look like, obviously being in the hobgoblin's care for some time now, it's not as in good a condition as it could be. But, it definitely could be repaired and brought back to its former glory.
Gonna take that off of him.
So you're going to start unbuckling and unstrapping the armor?
It takes a while to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's
10
worth it.
minutes.
Gonna take that.
Okay.
Yep.
Red Tool, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I'm talking with Batul and like I'm saying, wow, that was really impressive. That like fancy wrestling thing you did. I've never seen anything quite like.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was a nice fight.
You see Erky kind of like look down, just notice what Gok's doing, and just kind of like, oh dear. He just starts walking this way and just kind of walks away. He's just like, I'm not even.
Look, I haven't eaten another person, okay? I feel completely fine to do this. I'm completely fine. I hate these guys. Okay, so
Anyways,
Well, truth
Put it in
be
my bag.
told, some of that was a bit of combination of some of the moves we learned when we were young, and
Right.
some of the
Wait.
teachings I was given from my master.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still over there.
No. I wanted to take his hand as a souvenir. Wait. No, I want to take his body.
You're,
No, wait. His arm. His arm. I need
you're
his
still over there.
arm. Okay.
Okay.
I want to take his arm off. I need
So
it for
Gok,
something.
you are
Not for me.
working on the armor.
Okay.
The rest of you guys are over here talking. I need everybody to roll perception checks, please.
Whew.
Oh, Brasnic noticed some shit.
Dang it.
I'm not looking even. I'm not even trying to look.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do perception's intelligence. Is that right?
Perception is wisdom.
Yeah, so. This, I
nah.
guess.
That's even worse. Awesome. Okay, so Erky doesn't see shit. He's still tripping about, Gok disobeying the orders of this giant orc that apparently eats people. So he's just like off in his own world.
Yeah.
Like, why would he disobey his orders when he clearly eats people? It's so weird.
I mean,
By
there
the-
are plenty of orcs that ate people, okay? There are even, like, things that ate other goblins. With people that was worked before, okay? I don't care.
That's a stringy meal.
I mean, yeah, but it'd be more like a snack. Until
By the
main
way.
course. Yeah. Okay.
Red Tool.
Hmm?
We're good. I understand the situation. I don't necessarily agree with it, but you're not a human, so I can't expect you to live to the same standards. So we're good, but in that sort of situation, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't, I don't quite know how to explain it, but I'm sure you understand. But we're good.
I do not enjoy the idea of eating others.
As
Beasts,
you get
creatures
done,
of
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
As you're talking, as you're saying, I don't enjoy eating. You suddenly, Brasnic, first, you see some movement, just a flash of movement from over here. And as you're about to call out a warning, you suddenly see this round black object come flying out of this entryway over here. And Yin Yang, as you're talking, you suddenly notice this too. As first one and then another come flying out as it bounces here and it bounces here. And as it comes to a stop right behind Alardro, all of a sudden, you see all of this smoke start exploding out of this. As the second one lands, you see all of this other smoke start exploding out of it as well. As suddenly, the whole end of this area is covered in smoky darkness. And then suddenly you hear
The fuck is
seen noises?
fuck is that?
and hear
Trying to, like, catcall us?
What the hell?
yes. You're all fucked by the cat call. So, that being said, you hear. I had to do that because I went to go find my sound files that I had for this scenario, and they were deleted by the recent change to Roll20. So I don't have the awesome noise that I used to have for that situation.
Oh,
but you do
sounds like
recognize
rats.
the sound of giant rats.
Wait, they have ninja rats?
Obviously not, you fucking...
What's a ninja?
No, I say that out of character, but he doesn't know anything about it. But...
Yeah, no, this entire unusual situation has put Raktul directly on guard as he just takes a ready stance.
Okay.
I'm gonna store a hobgoblin, the arm from this guy, into my pack and get ready to fight.
Okay.
Nah.
If I've got the ability to, I want to try to step out the smoke.
All right, everybody, go ahead and grab your tokens and roll initiative.
There we go. I found.
Ooh.
So we're going to do this. Oh, I gotta do it all individually. No, I don't want to. So the first one. 1 second, guys, sorry. There we go. That did it correctly. So, you see this furtive movement coming from across the way. In a quick flash, barely seen, it looks like those that rolled above a 15, you can see that it looks to be a pair of goblins mounted on a pair of giant rats.
Just want to point out how big a rat would have to be for a goblin to mount it.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
big.
a big ass rat.
It's a massive rat, yeah. Jeez.
I will yell rat riders, I guess.
Let's do this.
It's actually the rat's turns first.
So, each of the rat and the rider are going to go on the same initiative. So, I was just putting them in the order.
It's ironic that they actually got the orders like that since they count as a single unit when they're mounted.
I changed it. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to attack with one of the characters. Because why would a DM ever forget to attack with a monster? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. So, you see these guys are going to charge right in at you. Zug is going to be riding... Oops, come on, get that fog back over there. Let's go ahead and put that on the map layer. Make sure that I don't select that again. Perfect. And we have this fight centered. Beautiful. I dig it. Okay. So, Zig and Fang come rushing right up to Alardro of Molteni. And they are going to attack you, sir.
Ouch.
First, the goblin swings at you with his scimitar.
And that is not high enough to hit my AC.
The AC is too high for the goblin, but the giant rat takes a bite at you.
That does hit me.
The rat has advantage on an attack roll if the creature has an ally within 5 feet. Nice to know.
Oh no, back tactics.
It hit me.
Okay. So that is going to do 3 points on the bite, and the goblin is going to use his nimble escape. And you see them basically do a drive-by on you.
Can I not attack the rat?
You can make an
It's
opportunity
weirdly-
attack at the rat.
Weirdly, when you're mounted on a creature, it sort of gives you, like, if the goblin uses nimble escape, they count as one unit, even though they're attacking separately. So when the goblin uses nimble escape, the mount gets it.
That's kind of
Interesting.
what I was thinking.
Okay, that's actually kind of
Yeah.
interesting. I'll keep
Mounted-
note of that. And also, that's
mounted
terrifying
combat.
for us.
Yeah, mounted combat is sort of actually really terrifying because the two of them sort of share their own abilities.
Okay. So this goblin is also going to follow up on its twin's attack and swoop in. At the
Because I have
giant.
the same initiative as that goblin, will I get a chance to like move away or respond, or is this like they'll go then I go?
No, you'll be going at the same time. So what are you trying to do with your action?
How well should I roll? How well can I see, or can I not see like at all?
These guys would be considered to be having, I think, half cover. Is that right? What does Fog Cloud do?
I think it's heavily obscured, isn't it?
Fog cloud
would
is
be-
heavily obscured. It's pretty much blinded. They would be if they can see through if they know where they're going and everything. They'd have it's pretty much advantage on their part because they know where you're going. Because otherwise,
And
it
then
would
you
just
get
literally blind us.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, then I would probably head back, knowing which direction. Like I like knowing which direction I came from. I'd probably try and head backwards.
Okay.
Until I'm like out of the cloud, which would be like here.
Okay.
And I can't really see inside of it, can I?
No.
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 Okay.
I'm gonna call out, warn everyone. They're on rats. They're hard to hit and they're hard to see.
Okay. So they are going to get their attacks on you as you're moving away.
Sorry, I was gonna be using disengage, but because they're also the same. That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
But
Okay, no,
what I
that's
would say
perfect
is-
then. Yeah, if you're disengaging, then you're good.
Yeah, but because they're going at the same time as me, I'm assuming they're using their regular attack against me.
Yes, there's no opportunity attacks. For sure. So. Oh, that wasn't with advantage. I'm sorry.
Wait, does the oh snap? Okay, both of those hit me.
No, it's just
Do I
the
take
17.
Wait,
The 13 was a miss, right?
but that bite, and oh, that's the bite from the previous time. Okay, so the scimitar hits me.
Mm-hmm. And then the rat is going to get advantage as well, which is a miss. And then they are going to finish their movement. And you see them just kind of running into the mist. You're not really sure for sure where they went. Okay, so that is going to be their actions. And Mr. Alardro's as well. So at 18, we have a Brasnic.
Let's see. Can I help with this? No, I don't. Well, I'm actually gonna go ahead and use. I don't know where the wall is, so I'm gonna go over to the wall, move up, find Graybrand because I knew he was there. Keep moving around Graybrand, which will be my total movement. Then use cunning action to get out of the fog if I keep going. And as I'm in this corner, I will hold an action to hurl a dagger if I see an enemy. There we go. and pull a second dagger so that I have. I'm ready to attack. My held action is to attack.
Oh gosh, I was totally just talking that whole time, muted. That's awesome. So, you, I noted on all that, Brasnic. Well done on your turn, and I will definitely keep that in mind. If you do see them. Gok, you are going to be going at the same time here. So you just got done pulling all of this armor off of this Hobgoblin captain. And all of a sudden
And his arm.
And his arm. And all of a sudden these smoke bombs explode behind you. You hear Alardro yell out in pain as he comes rushing over to stand next to you. You see his leg seems to have been bitten.
What happened? What happened, Furby?
There were rats, goblins riding rats. They really hurt. You can see that Alardro is pretty there's bite marks and deep cuts that he's trying to deal with.
Right. Well, I would heal you, but the only guy who has the healing potion is also in the smoke, and I already gave mine to the guy who threw me 15 feet across the room.
It was a love toss.
It is a love toss, yeah. Do you know where they are? I could probably try to.
I can't see through this mist. Maybe we can try to draw them.
Right. I try to shoot wildly into it, but there's also compatriots are there. Party members. I'd say friend, but I think only one person kind of tolerates me. But I'm getting there. I don't know. Okay. On that note.
So while you're self-talking.
Yeah, while I'm self-talking, I guess I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to shoot in this direction, and maybe I'll hit one. I guess. I don't know.
Which direction?
This direction, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I'd roll for that. Just a normal attack.
Yep.
I'll shoot over there.
Just roll that with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. And this is where I roll a natural 1.
This is where you roll the 20 and a 4.
I mean, that'd be pretty funny.
Yes!
I do it!
Yes, a 1 and a 20.
What the? It's both?
Yes.
Even called the 1.
He did say you had all the rolls. I mean, look at that. The odds of that, both of them happening.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
You had a 2 in 20 chance to be a hero and a loser, and you nailed both of them.
I nailed both, but I have if I had advantage, that would have been amazing, but no.
Disadvantage.
So,
as you're charging up the Eldritch Blast, feeling confident because of your mastery on that last attack, you feel like you really got this magical energy dialed in. And as you're swinging your arm over to have it blah blah, you realize that you aim is a little bit off as you over counter just a little bit as your blast goes out and it strikes a very large and imposing figure in front of you.
I'm not gonna wait.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
It's not him, is it? Because I think it's him.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Oh, that's the crit part of it, but I guess it'd be a 9. Just a 9.
As Ratul, you're looking off into the fog, trying to track the movements of these goblins on rats. You suddenly feel a blast of force hit you in your back as purplish energy rolls across your shoulders.
I'm gonna say, yes! I think I got one! Yes! I did it! I did it, Alardro! I got one of them! I hit him really hard!
Congrats.
Yeah. I'll say that too.
And Ratul says nothing.
Yeah. I don't know if he heard that.
Are you there, Ratul?
He's here, but he's trying to keep his jaw clenched for this.
Okay.
It's like getting hit really hard in the back, and then just like, hey guys, I caught the thief. And it's like, oh no, it's my best friend Steve. I just like whacked him really hard.
It's just Steve again. Fucking
It's
rolling
Steve.
out ones.
Mm-hmm. Well, I rolled a 20 too, so
You did.
technically it was better because I rolled 2 ones the last game. Now I rolled a 1 and a crit.
Technically, they're both crits.
Yeah, they're both crit. Okay, I guess what I'll do is I'll try to take cover in this pile of bodies. And that's my turn.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that's gonna work, but, you know. there
Go
we
ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay, I'll roll a stealth check.
Nice.
Wow.
There's your
Okay.
there's your 20.
Yeah, there's 20.
So you can't say that you don't roll them now.
Yeah, I can't say I don't. I can't say I don't roll them.
I mean,
because
not-
I've rolled a lot.
Not for an attack, but you know.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty good. Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. Well, Mr. Ratul, you just got blasted in the back by purple energy. And it looks like energy you've seen before.
I'm going to roll a d4.
Oh no. If he
Just
rolls a
as
1, you're
I-
dead, Gok, I'm just saying.
Let's just see exactly how things go.
What is
I
it?
will deal with Gok in 2 turns.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
As I'm just going to go ahead and rush forward towards the edge of the fog cloud, trying to find a way out of it.
Okay.
And I find myself at the edge, and I see a very fat, very large rat and a very mischievous goblin.
It's true.
Time to take out my anger.
Okay. He is still right on the edge, so you will have disadvantage.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me see. I was right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Here's a rule that people may not know, but when you're heavily obscured, it's sort of like being blind, and when you're walking around blind because it messes with your senses, it's actually difficult terrain. That's why I had to use my cunning action to get as far as it is.
Oh, okay, my bad. Then I will get up to here.
Not
And seeing
the-
2 figures in the fog.
It's a less common.
Oh wait, aggression. Bonus action, use that to move forward up to here,
There you go.
and get to here. And I can make a straight attack.
Well, he's in the fog.
Yeah.
You're
So
not in
does
the
it.
fog.
So still disadvantage?
Mhm. As long as somebody's in the fog.
16.
16. That should hit. Are you aiming at the rat or the goblin, sir?
Going to take out some of my rage for Gok on the goblin.
Oh no. Oh, Gok. Go ahead and roll that
Maybe you'll
damage.
calm down after killing some guys. I don't know.
Okay. So as you're running up to this thing, as you like fury charge towards this thing, you see that the goblin had been riding away, and as it was turning its mount around, right as when you're coming in, and you clothesline the fuck out of this thing right off of his mount, and you see him kind of like flop down onto the ground right next to you, no longer in the cloud. As he is laying on the ground, you see him like blood kind of pouring out of his mouth. He's laying there.
As he comes out and I see an enemy, my held action goes off.
Okay, go for it.
Off Spanish because he's prone, but
Okay, good.
Damn.
That's a good disadvantage. All right, so you are easily able, as he's laying there, like the dagger just sticks right into the side of his head, and he just instantly falls over dead. We're listening to Weird Things music, and we should be listening to Skirmish. All right. Okay. So that is the end of Ratul's turn. You're done moving, yeah? Did you have
That's all I can do.
no bonus action?
I use my bonus action to aggressively charge in.
Yes. Okay. Yin Yang, we are at the bottom of the order, and it is your turn, sir.
Yeah, that initiative roll, all right. So,
I forgot to roll for Urk.
since you're technically blinded in the cloud, I didn't see the goblins, did I? I heard them, but
yeah,
I didn't see them.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, can I make a perception check so I can figure out what direction I need to go?
Sure.
That would count
See if I
as an
can,
action.
like, hear them.
That would count as an action, though.
That's fine. I don't know where the enemy is. I gotta find.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying in this situation particularly, it is an action.
18.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good enough to find the one close to you. It's still, you're gonna have disadvantage to hit, but you're gonna have an idea of where you need to go. You know what I mean?
You know, if I know that way, I would run until I guess I came into contact with him, and then I'll spend a key point and use a bonus action to dodge.
Okay. So you're gonna stay there?
Yeah, so I kind of just adopt my my crane stance,
Okay.
ready for it when I realize I come upon him. Like, oh, there you are.
Okay. And Erky is in there. I'm just gonna do him at the end of the round. Let's see. Oh, that's too bad. I was gonna try and cast Animal Friendship, but I gotta be able to see the guy. Damn it. Okay, so Erky is actually gonna move over this way, and he sees that Alardro's been hurt, and you see him actually kind of like pull out his pack, and he starts pulling out like bandages and stuff like that, and like in the middle of the battle, he's like awkwardly trying to bandage you.
Oh. You. It's very kind.
Alright. So, Zug. Zug just got splattered on the floor. So, Grip is going to turn and launch himself at Ratul. His owner and master just got annihilated.
Disadvantage because he's still in the mists. 9 ain't gonna cut it.
That is not going to cut it.
Well, I wasted my key point because I'm in the fog cloud.
No, not necessarily. That gives them a straight attack instead of advantage. Or
Then
wait
how
a
does
minute.
the creature have disadvantage against Ratul?
He no longer has an ally within 5 feet and is in the mist.
Well, they were sharing their abilities. Grip is actually the one that should give the advantage. Okay. So you're doing your patient events, which gives them disadvantage. They have advantage, so that nicks it out. So they just get nothing.
Okay. Oh, yep.
That sadly is still going to be a hit. So 5 points of damage. So he slashes at you with the scimitar. And the rat's sadly going to miss. As it tries to bite at you, you're able to like kick it out of the way a little bit, like just using your foot. It doesn't do damage to it, but it does manage to trip the rat up enough that it actually throws the goblin from on top of it. So they are not going to get their shared abilities anymore.
Sweet.
Alardro.
Okay, I'm going to move. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna just start like trying to go around the mist. Can I see in to the mist at all? Like at all? Can I like kind of get that like a blurry outline of the goblin now?
Not with heavily obscured.
Yeah.
It's heavily obscured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll use a action to dash.
Okay. Where are you running to?
I'm just trying to go around to see, like, try and like figure out where they are.
Okay.
And because I can't see anything, I'm gonna like gonna be confused where everything's going on.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Mr. Grindstone.
Gonna go around the tool. Right. That's actually all of them up there because the wind's. But seeing as I can hear a rat nearby, I'll swing out with disadvantage. Pull another dagger. Oh, and I'll pull a short sword. There we go. I'll pull a short sword. I already have a dagger. Tim probably misses.
10 is sadly going to miss.
And then the offhand dagger. It doesn't get better. $15.
15 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Alright, let's first take off the ability because your dex. So 7 total since I know what tools next.
Okay. As you stab out with your short sword, the rat's able to kind of nimbly dance out of the way. As you lash out with your dagger, you're able to find the mark as you hear it squeal out in pain.
Actually, sneak attack will not proc because you do have disadvantage. It won't proc as long as you have disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. So.
But you have an ally within 5 feet, so that
No, but
Nope.
no, specifically, if you have disadvantage, you can't get sneak attack.
Ah.
Okay. So
only 2 damage.
Oh, only. Yeah. I can math. I minus 5 instead of 2. So only 2 points. Okay, so you do stab the rat. You're able to kind of open up a cut on its side. It kind of growls at you and turns towards you with a snarl of ferocity. Wants to eat you. Gok. Buddy, you're hiding in a pile of bodies.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna see if I can try to get a better view of these dudes right now. Like, get. I can't. I don't know if I would roll perception or something, because I don't want to get near them, because I'm still kind of injured from the last fight. But I want to help out, so I'll go out of the bodies. Can I roll a perception check to see if I can distinguish shapes in the fog?
Sure. You're gonna need to roll that pretty high.
Okay. That's fine.
No, looks like a bunch of swirling vapor.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say, okay, I hit that guy earlier really good, but I don't want to hit anybody else. So, I'm just going to wait for the fog to dissipate, and I'm gonna go back to my pile of bodies.
Okay.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Alright. Ratul, round 2.
Alright. Seeing that there is a rat right there, I am going to try to grab it. Would it still be a disadvantage to try to grapple, or is it going to be a straight roll?
It would be disadvantage because it's in the cloud.
$15.
That's a hit. What are you trying to do?
I'm going to drag it out of the cloud. I'm going to smash it against the wall.
Okay. So you definitely grabbed the thing. Go ahead and roll, I guess, your hammer fist. That is a hit and a squished rat up against a wall. As you pick the thing up, you actually grab it by its tail and swing it around a little bit and just smash its dome right against the wall as it spatters like a watermelon.
Seeing more shapes in the fog, I dash into it.
Okay.
And stop myself here.
Alright. That's the end of your turn?
Yep, since I use my main to grab and bonus to Iron Chain.
Alright. Urky Timbers. What can Urky do? He doesn't have any spells because we only got a short rest. Goes over and he's gonna try and see if he can get Grybek into the fight. Yin Yang.
Alright, so knowing I got two of them on me, I guess I'll go ahead and do I see? No, I don't see. Do I hear Ratul run up, or do I hear something run up?
Yeah, you'd probably recognize the jangling of his chains and stuff.
Okay.
It's become a familiar
I know.
sound.
Alright, I'm still gonna think the bigger threat's the goblin. I'm gonna go after the goblin.
Okay.
Who is currently prone, so.
So is it just a straight roll then?
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
22.
22 is definitely gonna hit.
7.
7 points As the goblin's trying to get up off the ground, you're able to quickly spin your staff around, and it collides with the side of his head, and you see him kind of, do a little spin as his head jolts around, and you see him crumple to the ground and lay there still.
Alright. And then I'll turn around and pretty much just try to curb stomp the rat.
Okay. No disadvantage on this one, so 16 still gonna hit.
16?
Go ahead and roll that damage. Alright.
5.
So as you turn, you just front kick this rat. You see it kind of tumble backwards and kind of like slam up against Ratoul's legs and kind of shakily get to its feet. Definitely seems like that was a furious blow, but it's not quite dead yet. You see it's still breathing.
Alright, kind of just look at it and be like, alright, tough little shit, and kind of like dance in place and be ready for.
Okay. So that is Grip down. That is Zig down. Fang is the only one left right there. At the end of the round, everybody roll perception.
Hearing based or sight based?
Anyone that's in the cloud, roll it with disadvantage.
Oop, I didn't hit the disadvantage button.
Okay.
Well, Brasnic, you're not in the cloud, so. Or are you?
Yeah, I'm in the cloud.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so Brasnic.
I got a 9. Yeah.
Oh, where is it? Oh, that was the second one. Okay. Let's see. So Ratoul, you just kind of sense this more than you see it, but you just feel a presence, and then suddenly. I'm having a fucking blank. Alardro, goddamn. Alardro, you see this javelin flying through the air at you. 17 hit.
17 does hit.
All right. So that was a surprise attack. So.
Wait, did that have advantage?
No.
Okay.
So the 4 is not there. That doesn't count.
Perfect.
So it's 6 points of damage, but it is a surprise attack, so you do take an extra 7 points on top of that 6.
Oh, I'm down.
Okay. As suddenly a bugbear steps out from this entranceway and hurls a javelin at Alardro. You see this javelin stick into his chest. You see Alardro as he falls over, stumbles down to one big knee, and then falls down to the ground. Huh?
I'm just down. No one knows I'm down.
I hear you crying out and.
You heard a cry of pain as the Dragon Keeper has finally made his presence known. Oh yes, you were told about the bugbear.
No. But I don't know about this because I'm hiding in a bunch of corpses.
So
I just heard someone scream, I guess. Or I didn't. I didn't hear anything.
So Alardro, that is going to bring us to the top of the order. Go ahead and roll that first death save. That's a success. Good job.
Yay.
Fang. Every week.
I feel like I've been very useless this combat.
Well, you know, it's a fog cloud.
Well, I mean, you didn't hit somebody in the back, so you are slightly more useful than I've been.
Let's see. Yin Yang just attacked this rat, so it, actually, you know what? This rat's had enough. It is going to disengage and run away. as it squeakily scurries past Balsag. It's a full action to disengage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Didn't it move at double speed or half speed through the cloud though? Or does it have?
No, these
I was
guys
just curious.
These guys have blind fighting.
Gotcha.
So. They have been trained to fight in this environment, and when their riders were upon them, then they got that benefit as well. So, that is going to be at 20. At 18, Gok. You're still hiding in a pile of bodies over here, buddy.
I am. But I heard somebody scream. That didn't sound like a goblin. I don't know. I heard something scream, I guess. So.
Oh, after he threw the javelin, he disappeared back around the corner.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna go out of the bodies for one thing. I'm gonna go into the direction of where the screaming was.
Okay.
So I don't know if wait a minute. Okay, I was here.
You seem like you're going in the proper direction.
5.
And then you're going to start getting difficult terrain from there.
Okay. 5. Oh, I think have I gone the max footage? I think I can do.
Without taking
So I have to
dash.
sprint.
25, yeah. That would be as far as you can go.
Okay, so I'm gonna dash. Gonna dash over to it. So you said it's difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, so you can get to there.
Okay, so I
Right
can't
there.
get to.
Yep.
I'll get to here. I'm assuming I see Alardro. Do I see?
Yes. Now you see him laying on the ground. You see the blood pooling out of his wound. You see the javelin that seems to be sticking out of his gut.
No. Okay. Let me just check something real quick. Well, I'm not really a doctor. I know that's pretty bad.
Plays one on TV, so it's okay.
I don't see the bugbear in the fog. I'm assuming, right?
No.
Okay. So, but I do see Alardro. So, I don't know. Can I try to do a medicine check on him?
Sure.
Okay. I'm
Roll that
gonna
dice.
try.
Let's see what happens. 11. So you're putting bandages on him. You're wrapping them around wounds. You're sure you're doing something useful.
Okay.
Does that count as like an extra death save, or I actually don't know how this works?
If you have a medicine kit and you roll high enough on your medicine, then you can stabilize someone.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if Gok has a medicine kit, and he did not roll very high.
Gotcha.
So, is that the end of your turn, sir? Does Gok have a medicine kit?
Don't forget you've got push to talk on.
Sorry, I do not have a medicine kit. I thought I did, but then it's like, oh wait, I have a scholar's pick. It's not the same thing. And I rolled 11, so
Yeah.
that's.
So you're patting at the wounds and like trying to press flesh together.
Okay. Then I'm going to say help! Alardro's been shot.
He just pokes the wound a couple times. He's like, guys!
Guys!
This is not good.
Bleeding. I'm gonna say that, and I guess, I'm gonna yell that out, and that's the end of my turn.
There's actually something in here about stabilizing a creature.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where would that be?
I searched in the information thing. It says you gotta roll a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw to stabilize a creature. To stop them from bleeding out.
With the medicine kit?
That's what the medicine checks for.
I mean, it doesn't say anything in there about that. It's under combat stabilizing a creature. I mean, if you want to rule it that way, that's fine. I was just trying to help out.
Well, yeah. Unless you're changing, unless the DM chooses to make something different, the base rule is that with a medicine kit, you automatically stabilize somebody. Without a medicine kit, you can make a DC 10 medicine check to stabilize the creature.
Oh, then I did do it because I rolled 11.
Okay, well,
Oh,
then
it's
you
not
did
to
it.
stabilize.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
not
did.
coming back. You're just not bleeding out anymore.
That's the whole point of it. I mean, I wasn't trying to bring it back. I was just trying to make
Okay.
sure I didn't die.
So then you're
Better
good to
than
go.
that.
So you feel like you've done an adequate job of trying to patch up Alardro here.
Okay, then I feel, seeing that I did something useful, that will be the end of my turn.
Alright, there you go.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I'll know the rules by then. Like the back of my hand one day. Red tool.
You skipped me.
Where? How did I skip you?
Yeah, I was right after Brasnic. Or, well, we took our turns the same.
Oh.
We both rolled 18.
Brasnic. How dare I skip you?
I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the wall and go along it. Move there. And then cunning action to dash so I can get out of the actual. Seeing the rat and not actually seeing the bugbear because of where I'm positioned, I'll be able to see it pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and I still got movement, so I'll go here. Now I see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab at the rat. Short sword.
That's a hit.
No sneak attack because no one's around. But 6 damage.
Alright, so as you rush in, as this rat's trying to escape, you rush over and shove your sword through its side. As it squirms on the end of your blade, you look over at the bugbear.
Yeah, and knowing what we know about the dragon tamer, I'm gonna continue my movement back into the fog and over here.
He said, fuck that guy. In particular. Alright, Ratul. Are you going to yell anything out as you're diving back into this fog?
Yeah, I will say the rat's dead, but there is the bugbear who's probably a dragon handler we heard of, and then ducked back into the fog.
Okay, Ratul. What do you think about that news?
Trying to let out a bit more steam. 5, 10.
15.
Am I
20?
outside the fog now?
That would be 20 movement to there.
20, 25, 30. Alright, do I have a clear line of sight on the bugbear?
Yeah, I would say so. You can see him, right?
I can see him.
And then you can see him.
Perfect! As I'm moving through this fog cloud, I'm pulling out the bear trap.
Oh, shit. In that 10-foot range?
10 foot, huh?
Is it,
Bonus.
Yeah, bugbears get long range.
Yes, but my bear trap's on a rope.
I know, I couldn't remember how much range we gave that, though.
I don't think we ever did agree on the range for it. I put it down as 1530.
Oh. Well, I don't think it would go that far. I'd say 15 max. Like 515. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's an ungainly weapon, that makes sense.
But yeah, you'd be in range there.
Yep, and I'm going to throw the bear trap at him.
Okay. Alright. Well, let's see what old Ballsack fucking thinks about this. No, his name is not Ballsack. It's Ballsag.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
I was waiting for someone to say some shit.
Yeah.
All right. So as you fling out your bear trap on a rope, you see Balsag is just like, the surprise in his face. None of these creatures have experienced anything like this before. As it flies toward him, he tries to get out of the way and dodge out of the way. Bugbears are pretty stealthy and quick creatures. It actually clamps onto his arm, his left arm, as he's trying to twist away, and it snaps down for 6 points of damage. And you now have a bugbear on a rope.
Yep, and I'm going to try to pull him towards me.
You may not like that idea. Okay. And that's going to be that you're going to be doing the pulling next round, though, right?
Yep, since unfortunately I don't want to try the bonus action dash towards him and keep him on this tether.
Right. Okay.
But I would like to hold my bonus action to punch him if he gets close.
Okay. Urki. Man. Turns out that Urki is a cleric and not a druid. I was wrong about that. But I did make him a cleric of nature, the nature domain. So he's still on that level with Alardro.
So he didn't talk to me in Druidic.
No, but we'll
That two-timing bitch.
We'll just say he did. So that's going to be 50, 60 feet to there. I don't know why I went that way. He's trying to stay out of the fog, but he's not very good at it. Oh, Saga. Let's see what he is going to do about this orc.
There's a bear trap clamped onto him right now.
You see that he does have a quiver on his back, a very large quiver, and you see him as he's sitting there trying to yank against this chain. You see him pull out another javelin off of his back, and he turns and he hucks it at you as hard as he can. So if it's under the lesser number, is that disadvantage?
If it's underneath the lesser number, that means it's a straight roll. If it's above that, then it's a disadvantage roll.
Okay, so 12 hit you?
12 does not hit me.
Alright, so obviously distracted by the pain in his arm and the awkward movement, the javelin sails over your shoulder and misses you. And you see him starting to look a little bit alarmed. Yin Yang.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure I heard that outcry, so I'm gonna head towards that direction.
Okay. Didn't I give your token eyesight?
No. Is still movement to move through the fog?
There you go. Now you got sight. 1 second. I'm sorry, what was your question, sir?
It's still a movement to get through the fog, yes?
Yes, sir. It is. To that location, then after that you would be free.
I'm sorry, continue.
Okay. Is that the all you can move?
No, I was asking you to continue. You cut off for me.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, it's double movement until you get to there, and then after that you would have free movement.
Alright, so there's 35 feet. 40. 45. 50. Oh, I now see my friend here.
You do see the hairy ball sack.
And I
No.
will chuck a dart at him.
Are you sure you didn't intentionally name this just to like?
I did not name this character Ballsack, I promise.
Okay. It's just.
It's just funny. And I'm making
Okay.
all the jokes that I can make off of it.
Okay.
So a 20 is definitely going to hit. As you pull out your shuriken, you just launch that thing over there at the hairy beastie. And for 7 points of damage on a shuriken. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, I pretty much see him, and then seeing that his arm was grappled, I'm gonna go for right up underneath that bicep where I know there's an artery.
Okay. So as the shuriken lands into him, you see him roar out in pain again as he now looks more adamant about trying to get away from this situation. Bugbears are sneaky fighters. They don't like face straight up confrontations. Alardro is stabilized.
Yep, I just sit there.
Yeah.
But he's
You're
not
not-
gonna die.
You're not gonna die, so that's good. Fang's dead. Gok. Sir.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I hear what's happening ahead of me, right? Because the fighting is died
Yeah.
down everywhere else except.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is this still difficult terrain to move over there?
Yep.
Okay. So I think I can move to here, right?
All the way up to, let me see.
You can-
No, it's actually all the way up to where Brasnic is as well.
Oh, okay. So like here then? Or...
Yeah, the box goes to here.
Okay, so
You got 3 squares.
Yeah, I got to here, but not that way. Hang on, let me fix this.
You can get to there, and that's 30 feet.
Oh wait, so I can't get to here. Then.
Where are you trying to get to? You can get to here.
Well, I was just trying to get to here, just to here. This spot,
This spot?
Just no, like, okay, what?
Where I just had you?
This spot. Yeah, well, I guess right here is where I want to get from
Okay.
Alardro. Okay. Okay. Can I see the bugbear?
Can you see him?
I don't know. I'm assuming I'm out of the fog, right?
Can you see him on the map?
Oh yes, I can.
Then you can see.
Then yes,
I
you
was
can see
just
the.
saying because there's like 2 other people on the way, so I didn't know.
No, you can see him.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to use Eldritch Blast and hopefully not roll a 1, because you can't roll 1 twice. Am I right? Twice in a row.
Stop
mean,
talking before you
I
roll.
want to say no. You can
Well, I
roll
don't
2
wanna-
1s together.
I mean, I could roll 2 1s together. I've done that already.
You
but
just did that. I mean, it's an 11.
oh. Well, no, I thought you meant like say like 1 on each side.
No, I mean 2 1s right next to each other. Okay, so
you're right.
you do roll an 11. That is not going to be enough to hit the ball set.
Okay. Okay. I can't really do anything else. I guess. Yeah. No, I think that's about it. I'll just stay where I am, because I kind of see that the situation's kind of handled. I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
it's just Brasnic's turn, I guess.
Mr. Brasnic.
Move here and chuck a dagger in between my friends at the bugbear.
Okay. It's a bag bear.
My back. 16?
16 is gonna hit the bugbear. Just barely.
The ball bag.
The ball bag.
Alright,
How much damage to the ball bag?
Where's the damage?
Just press dagger.
Yeah, no, it was clicking off the sneak attack damage. So 4 piercing.
Okay. As the dagger comes in and finds its mark, he again screams out in pain. Definitely looking like he wants to extradite himself in this situation. Oh, was that the end of your turn?
So, yep, I'm gonna chuck another.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the end of your turn.
Yeah, no problem. I was making sure I had another dragon to chuck.
And
15
a
misses.
15 is not going to hit, sadly. It's the other one just barely kind of hits off his shoulder pads from his armor.
And I'm gonna go prone.
Okay.
And now.
Alright. Brasnic hugs the ground. Waiting for another javelin to come out. Okay, Ratul, you have a bugbear on a rope.
Yep, and I'm going to move up to the bugbear, keeping tension on the rope. And getting up to here, I'm going to punch him.
Okay. Nice. That is definitely a hit. For 7 points of damage. Okay.
Still up?
He is. He is still up. He is a tough bugbear.
Then after punch him in the jaw like that, as he tries to turn his head back around, I'm going to punch him again right in the same place.
Okay. 10 is sadly not going to be enough to hit. As you go to punch him again, he growls real deep and low. And kind of ducks down beneath your swing. Looks like he's about to jump on you.
And that's all I can do.
Alright. Herky is going to... dash his way over. Let's see. So medicine doesn't actually give you hit points, does it?
Nope. I just kind of lay there for the next hour.
Yes. Man. Alright, I wish he wasn't out of magic, because I could just heal you, but...
It's fine. No. It's the game.
I know, I just feel bad because you've been hanging out this fight. Okay, so Balsag definitely is an unhappy Balsag. As you see him, he kind of like whips this morning star off of his belt, and he's trying to just straight club you right in the face with it, Ratul. Ugh.
As you were saying...
Oh my god. Dude, I can't win tonight. I just want a party wipe. What the hell? Alright. You see as he's going to swing this morning star at you, you see it kind of like hits the wall. Like he's just completely kind of off balance and thrown off by these attacks. You see it kind of hits the wall, and just the kind of sudden jarringness of hitting something he wasn't meaning to hit kind of knocks the mace out of his hand, and it kind of clatters back to over here. And that's the end of his turn. Now he's definitely an unhappy bugbear.
Alright, so
I have the feeling he's about to get more unhappy after Yin Yang's done with him.
Oh yeah. I see what's going on now. So I'm gonna be like, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wedge myself kind of in between the wall and him, and it's just time to it man it up. Just just going at him, fist of fury,
Okay.
right to the chest. Well, yeah, well, I guess back in this case.
Go ahead and do the rolls. That's a hit. That's a miss.
23. Well, it was advantage because we're flanking. Let me turn it on. I turned it off.
Get a crit here.
Okay, so that's 6. In the first attack, you get 2 more, right?
Yeah.
You're doing your,
one more, right?
You're doing your flurry of blows?
Yeah.
You said
That's where the
Ip-Man
key
style,
point to
so
it.
I thought you meant flurry of blows.
Yeah. No, I was thinking I had 2 attacks, but I forgot I didn't. So no.
Damn.
There it is.
You got 1 more.
Not a good one.
Three hits. So we are going to do a total of 19 points of damage. So as you come around this guy, you're able to just nimbly dodge around Ratul. You kind of duck underneath the rope, you spin yourself around ball sag, and as you get yourself in position, you just as you're punching this guy, you like see him start, like his body just starts kind of jerking a little bit, and as he slowly falls to the ground, you like follow him down with your punches, and as he hits the floor, you've now hit him a few times extra as he's just laying there kind of twitching on the ground. And you guys see his fist moving so fast, like you've never seen anything move this fast before. And by the time he's done, he likes just kind of standing there breathing above this bugbear. You see this faint, glowing energy, like emanating from his fist, just barely faint. And as he kind of slumps a little bit, you see the energy fade as he kind of brings his hands close together.
No, kind of just like, you know how the shape that Tien makes when he makes his Kikoho?
I am not familiar.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The key cannon from Dragon Ball Z, Tien? Guy with the 3 eyes?
Yeah. Nope.
When he looks on, he makes like that triangle shape. I'm kind of going to make that hand and then kind of just lean forward as the enemy, or not lean forward, but put face my hands outward, making that shape as the energy dissipates as I release.
Okay. So yeah, you guys have definitely never seen that kind of an effect with Yin Yang before. Seems to be something new. So, you guys, we did it.
I guess it's the... Oh, yeah, we did it. Oh, this...
Because we didn't even get to how do you want to do this.
Yeah.
This was just Yin Yang putting his foot stomp on this guy. So, the bugbear is down. You see him breathe his last out. Even before Yin Yang is done pummeling him, he was already dead. So, what would you guys
Them
like to
chakra
do?
points. I want to loot him.
Okay, roll investigation checks.
Oh,
I pulled
if
the
he
bear
loots
trap
that
off
guy,
of him.
It's okay, but if I loot the hobgoblin, it's a bad thing.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Speaking of you,
Uh-oh.
Ratul takes the bear trap off the hobgoblin.
You had to say
Begins to
something.
walk towards you.
I just had to say something. Yeah. I'm a big mouth.
Which, by the way, GM,
Yes.
or actually I should ask, Gok, how big is your pack?
Oh boy.
I mean, you know, it's kind of big.
Is it big enough to shove a goblin in it?
It's not big enough to shove a goblin in it. No, I don't think that would soften anything. By the way.
Well, no, I was asking, how are you keeping all that plate armor and an entire arm of a muscular hobgoblin out of view?
Splint mail, but the point is valid.
mean, it'd probably be kind of like...
Poking out.
Yeah, it'd be kind of poking out, I would say.
And, you know, maybe a hobgoblin hand flopping out of your backpack.
Well, split mail was gonna kind of cover it, but, I mean, if you were to take it off, I mean, it'd probably expose that bit.
Go ahead and roll a perception check on Ratul. Let's see what the big guy does notice.
Like, I don't know.
11.
Just because it is, you know, a large amount of armor in a small person's backpack, I would definitely say that it is poking out oddly enough that even an 11 wouldn't notice the irregular shapes that are poking out of the backpack. You don't necessarily notice, you know, the arm or anything like that.
That's a rather large pack you have there.
Hmm? Oh, yeah, it's from the padded armor from earlier. You know, it's for like a human, so it'll be kind of bigger than a normal goblin. You know, humans are kind of bigger than goblins. Height difference. I want to try to make it so it's my size, because the thing I'm wearing right now kind of sucks. You know.
So, that armor that you're going to fit for yourself was a little bit too big, and you ended up shooting me in the back.
No, I shot another goblin. If I shot you, I didn't mean to. There was a bunch of smoke. I thought I hit one of them.
I like to roll insight on that.
Okay.
I like how you guys are all ignoring that one of your teammates isn't there.
Well, you know, I'm not the one who's confronting me about stuff, Alardro.
Oh, no.
So
Are you confronting
Well,
yourself?
they're having their moment. I was gonna come look for you when they were done, but
Yeah.
I was kind of trying not to interrupt.
But
Well,
hey,
you're
man,
you're
I saved-
investigating the
Okay.
bugbear.
Yeah.
Okay, so insight, you feel like he's being as truthful as Gok's ever been.
That's not a lot.
I'm not saying it is.
I mean, but I'm not lying. You know, it's true.
I mean, you know, he's usually pretty earnest about his desire to raise a goblin army and take over the world.
Yeah, I haven't lied about that either. But
Since we still need you for the druid, I won't punch you.
Hard.
Thank-
Poof. No.
Thank you for that. Also, could you help out Alardro? He got hit by that bugbear, so I helped him. You know, if anybody wants to help him out, that would be really great. Cause I don't you know, I don't know that much about heals and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Critique.
Ear flick.
What?
I feel like that needs to be a new thing.
Oh. What?
Grybek ear flicked you when you hit him with an Eldritch Bolt last week.
Wait, so he didn't throw a bear trap at me? Or
Oh
something?
no, I'm turning around and slamming this bear trap in your face.
Oh.
So you are trying to like do? You're trying to like what?
Are you bear trapping the goblin?
I'm bear
What?
trapping the goblin in the face.
Oh, jeez.
What? That's gonna kill me.
Roll a
Come on,
DC
that's gonna really
15.
kill me.
Roll a dex
You
save,
can beat
Gok.
this.
I only have like +1 though.
believe.
I really don't feel confident, please.
You had a 1 in 20 chance to be
Yes,
a loser.
I knew that was gonna hit. Wait, no, that was acrobatics. That wasn't dexterity. Jeez. Okay.
It'd be a dex save, so.
20.
Okay.
So you're standing there, and you're fairly certain that you've managed to calm the rage beast, as he was clearly angry at you and in your face. And as the beast turns away, you just kind of with the close call, and moments later you see the muscled frame turning. And as the creature turns towards you, you see the bear trap coming at your face. And you quickly, as your eyes grow larger and larger, as this bear trap grows larger and snaps open moments before it's about to slam into your face, you just duck down into your shoulders as your whole body just kind of collapses down as you hunch into your... It's usually the pose that you reserved for your matron when she's yelling at you, but in this moment, all of the times that you've hunched into that pose have saved your life in this moment. Because you instinctively adopt this pose, and the bear trap sails over your head as it flies past you. Ratul, what are you gonna do here?
Next time you hit me, I won't miss.
Okay,
As I'm going to,
notice.
as I lean down by Alandro, pop the potion, and feed him the health potion.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Wait.
We could always just rest again.
Yeah, we could have just taken a long rest. And
Don't waste them.
yeah. I thought we were going to take a long
rest. We can't take one so soon.
Oh, you're right.
We take the short rest though to allow you to wake up.
We already took a short rest. That's way too soon for another short rest.
Okay, well, that's fine.
I mean,
You heal for 10.
I don't think there's a limit, but all right.
Well, I kind of thought so.
On a long rest, maybe not short rest. That's just like sitting down doing nothing.
Yeah, but a short rest right after another short rest, that seems a little bit... I don't
It
know.
would be up to
Meta gamey?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's not metagame.
Okay.
Okay, so 10 points. Nice heal. That was about as good as it could get for a guy.
Alardro wakes up like feeling much better, and he's like, "Death's door. It's not somewhere I want to be anytime soon. 2 times so close together."
We'd all greet death one way or another.
Does seem to be quite a challenge in here, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is much harder than I expected coming in.
I'm gonna
And it's...
gonna go run to Brasnic right now and just sign what?
I'm going to, as I pass this wall, I just grip the bear trap by its base and just tear it out of the stone.
Okay.
And reset it.
I do hope we could be done with this soon. It's very trying. So as you guys come in here, you do see a nice little area here. The floor of this rough cavern is stained, and the smells of blood and animal musk. Light from glowing fungus reveals the eastern niche, which holds a pellet of matted furs. A wide wooden board on which a variety of weapons are affixed, and a great cloak of patchy black fur hung on a slender pole. To the edge of the niche are 2 large nests made of hair, dry fungus, and refuse. So, do you guys want to look around at all, or?
Oh, before we go on, I was like, just for future information, I actually have a healing potion on me, and I started like kind of chuckling. Because if you guys are struggling to, if I fall down again, you can use that. But more importantly, I will help anyone who needs it.
I don't want to bring up his 12.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know now.
I like to go ahead and investigate some of these little mossy nests.
Okay. Anyone else want to roll some investigation checks?
I will. If we're doing them.
Wow.
The results of that one.
Someone
That's
went super digital.
That's 3 3s.
Why do we have all these 3s?
It's a sign.
What's investigation? Is that wisdom?
No, that's intelligence.
Okay. So searching through the bedding and stuff, you don't really find anything in the giant rat nests, which are these two here. Like I said, they're mostly made of hair, dry fungus, refuse, things of that nature. Over here is the table. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, the table and the pallet are over here. On that one, what did Alardro roll? A 3? Okay.
I don't see anything.
You don't. So what you find, Alardro, you see on the table there, you see 2 spears, 6 javelins, 1 longsword, and 1 greatsword. And they're all affixed to the weapon rack. As you're kind of poking around there, you hear Urki, who was kind of digging around in the furs. It looks to be like some old and kind of ratty bedding. You hear him kind of say, "Oh, hello, what's this?" As he pulls out one of the furs, it flops back over in the corner, and you see him pull out a little box. Well, do you think this might be useful? He hands it over towards you, Alardro.
I'll take a look. I'll take a look at the box. I'm gonna try and search it for traps because there's been a lot of trapped items. I'm not very good at that, but
Sure thing. Go ahead and roll.
investigation, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Does not seem to be trapped or locked.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up.
Okay. You find a pouch inside of it. As you kind of pull the pouch out of the box, it kind of jingles a little bit.
I will look inside the pouch.
Looks to be quite a bit of silver pieces in there, and you see some gold pieces as well.
Hello?
Did you hear me?
I said quite a bit of silver. Was that everything, or did I miss it?
And some gold as well.
Okay, I'm actually gonna pocket this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say thank you. This will be very helpful when we get out, and maybe we can help you acquire stuff that you need.
All I need is the protection of my god.
How much silver and gold?
Whenever you stop to count it, you will find 241 silver pieces and 54 gold pieces.
What did I end up finding on the bugbear?
Just
I think I rolled an
some
18 or
hide,
17.
some hide armor, and then what was he? The Morning Star weapon that he was using. Pretty crudely made. Basically looks like iron spikes, just kind of hammered into a wooden Morning Star. Not, too well made by any means. Pretty crude. It doesn't look like he had any personal wealth on him. It seems like he kept most of it in his bedding.
Alright.
Looking over the weapons, it doesn't look like any of them are of a high enough quality where they might be considered magical or anything like that. Just solid and mostly relatively crudely made weapons. Definitely do a good job hacking at someone's limbs if you wanted to take any of them. Gesundheit. There are the 2 spears, 6 javelins, a longsword, and a greatsword. And I forgot to tell you that when Balsag attacked you, Alardro, he roared out in Goblin, "Get ready to meet the cook pot." So.
In Goblin?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't understand it.
Okay. Well, that happened. So, you guys, see these other alcoves here. You see something here. It looks to be like some sort of a passageway. And then you did notice a couple of doors in the other chamber that you guys fell down into when you came down into the grove area of the Sunless Citadel. But we are going to get to all of that exploration stuff the next time we join the Fireside Tales. It is 9:26, and that is traditionally a little bit past our ending point for the evening, so we're going to call it for the night. We had a very fun challenge with Durnn. That was actually interesting and a lot of fun to kind of go through that. I enjoyed the roleplay there as well. And of course, finally meeting the Dragon Keeper, the bugbear that the kobold had told you about. So that's cool to get that out of the way as well. And yeah, if anyone is watching, thanks for hanging out with us. We definitely appreciate you. If you're not watching, you're missing it because this is fun. We are getting really close, guys. I would say probably 2 more sessions, and I think we will be done with the Sunken Citadel. So we're definitely getting real close to the end of it. I guess maybe 3 sessions if we are going to go back and finish off the rest of the upper level there and deal with Drill and the failure to bring her a white dragon wormling. All of that stuff is still up in the air. So another couple of sessions here, and we will be through this first adventure in these tales, these series of tales. I'm very excited for that. I've already started working on the next adventure and getting that one ready. So I'm stoked to get into that one. But we still have a ways to go here, and I'm equally excited, if not more so, to finally get to this final battle with the evil druid, Belak the Wicked. It's going to be fun, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll get to have that little showdown, and I will finally get the party wipe I've been dreaming about, and it'll be fun for everyone, right? Right, guys?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no party
Yep.
wipes.
That is, I don't kill Gok first.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
I think Red Duel might kill Gok before Belak gets to. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I might die to our own party member before the actual...
The big guy.
We're gonna say bad guy? Because I kind of did something...
I mean, I feel like Gok might be one of the bad guys, and it just hasn't been revealed yet.
Like, okay, there's the real bad guy. Then there's the other... There's the dragon. Then there's the kobolds. Then there's the hobgoblins.
And then
the
there's
goblins.
Gok.
And then there's me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's also the rats, and then there's me.
I think you rank higher than the rats.
Okay.
I'm reminded of this scene in what's that movie with the fish where he describes in the whale washing business
Yeah, pretty much. Just
when he does that whole chart.
yeah.
Oh, you mean the really terrible racist film Shark Tales?
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody watched that. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
It's a
so
good movie.
all of that being said, thanks again for watching. We love playing D&D, and we like doing it on Twitch, and I like running D&D, and I like making silly voices and having fun and trying to player wipe these guys every week, but they are too resilient, too strong, too tough, and I'm just going to have to throw a bigger and stronger and tougher dungeon at them and see what they got.
That is a good one.
That being said, again, we appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks. We will be starting right around 6 p.m. on 2 Sundays from now, so please come back and hang out with us again. And we appreciate your time and interest. So, yeah, take care, and we'll see you soon. Have a good one.